Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rant and Bollox. It's been a few weeks without one of these. Neri's been away on holiday. I've been working like a beast. Neri got an infection. I think I got a little bit of an infection. Everything's just gone to shit.
Everything
downhill.
just fell apart.
Yeah. We were on a sled and we were just like tumbling over the hill, and then we just got that icy
Everything
bit.
went wrong at once.
Everything went wrong.
Now we're back to make everything wrong for everybody else.
Yes.
Here's how long it's been since we've been away. I put a note down in my tiny little notes.
Yeah.
That Jonathan Demme had died. That was April 26th. So we haven't done a podcast in like a month.
A month?
Yeah. He was the director of The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, that's nuts, man.
I was like, he dies. Like,
it has been a while. It feels like a long time.
I'll bring that up on the next podcast.
Yeah.
No.
It does feel like a long time. Did you read...
Has the podcast changed? Are we still doing the same things? Tech, movies, games?
It's completely changed. We're talking about bedrooms, lifestyle. I did just read just before we came in here. It came out like a couple of hours ago or a little longer. Roger Moore passed away.
Roger Moore's gone, yeah.
So that's sad.
You liked him. He was your favourite Bond, wasn't he?
He was one of my favourite ones. I don't know if I narrowed down which one was my favourite, but he was up there with my, childhood memory of Bonds, like
it was our generation's Bond. Yeah.
So, but yeah, sad. I think he was 89 or something.
Yeah.
So
short battle with cancer.
Yeah.
That's all the family said.
Good on him.
Yeah.
But he made some good films, not just
the first Bond to
007s.
Die.
So, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh. The rest of them are all still alive.
Oh, there's your phone going off. But no, I mean we got a lot to talk about. Like we've got the next.
Are we going to talk about everything that we've missed over the last 2 weeks? Because that's like a whole episode in itself.
You know what we're doing? We're doing what's relevant, what we want to talk about, what was exciting. I'm swinging my arm. No one can see that.
Klitschko.
So yeah,
Joshua.
That's on my list. So whatever. That's what this is all about. It's whatever is your highlight in the last month or this week or whatever.
It's probably that fight.
So yeah, that's actually the top of my list right now. Is like
such a great fight. Everyone can just skip forward to the rest of what time code is.
Yeah,
We're just gonna talk about
because there'll be a lot of people going like, "What the heck are they talking about?" But just to go over that is I managed to VPN it and watch it.
Yeah.
So because that was the struggle I was having. I got a VPN, and
if you want to watch that fight,
I bought it on Sky. It was such a good fight to buy as well, and I was watching it in HD, and there was no pauses or anything. If I saw that fight the usual way, I would with the pauses and the
360.
blur, I would have been on the phone to you. I'd be like, "Get your phone out and start streaming it," But what a fight, man! Like you were in Ireland back.
Yeah, if you hadn't missed that fight, I never would have let you forget it.
I mean, what was it like back in Ireland? Because over here, boxing's not as popular, so it's like I was just watching.
Everyone I was hanging out with their big boxing guys. Like they box and they're like referees for boxing.
It was back and forth, wasn't it?
It was just the best fight I've seen in years.
Yeah,
it did everything for like the boxing game that you needed. Like they were both good guys. You didn't want to see either one of them win.
Yeah,
but you didn't want to see either one of them lose. And it's just like if either of them had won, it would have been fine.
They were always winners, yeah. They were always going to be winners. And
just
it
was
a 50-50 split with the money as well, which is great. They're both, like Klitschko's got like loads of respect. Anthony Joshua's got loads of respect. So
it's a good fight when both of them walk away respected. That was a good fight.
Yeah.
When you walk away and you're like, they were both awesome.
And even at the end with the like the mini kind of speeches or whatever, they both kind of paid, said, this guy's cool, he won fair and square. And then like even Anthony, he wasn't like, I fucking beat you, boy.
Yeah.
He was,
I taught you a lesson, old man.
He was just like, man, like I grew up like watching you fight and stuff. So this is
He used to
awesome.
spar with him.
He did, didn't he? Yeah. So it's nuts.
I don't think there should be a rematch though.
I don't know if there will be. A lot of people are saying like it's in the contract, but I don't know if there will be. So
I wouldn't, just because Klitschko will just be that little bit older. He won't be able to use the same tricks that got him through a few rounds in this one.
What I found really interesting was so Wilder was there. He was a US guy, and he was watching on the sidelines, and he was watching with what's his name? He's the bad guy in Creed.
Bellew.
Yeah, Bellew. Yeah. So those two have got a bit of beef. So they were maybe going to fight, but then Wilder was there basically to put some commentary, and then watch the fight.
Yeah.
So apparently, before the fight, before they even kicked off or whatever, he was all like, "Yeah, I want to fight Anthony. I've got all of these wins under my belt. I'm interested in fighting him." And then he watched the fight, and they went mental. That was a mental fight. Apparently, he just literally took off, didn't say anything, got on his plane, just went home, and everyone's just like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
It's just like, is he scared? And then now he's back in the US. He's like, yo, I want you, Anthony. It's like, you should have opened your mouth when you were over there. Because then that would have made more impact. So some people are
Joshua
saying,
just went toe to toe with Klitschko.
Yeah,
the best heavyweight.
Some
for the
people
last
are
decade.
saying like, oh, he's he's a little bit like, maybe he wants 1 or 2 more fights before to build him up towards Anthony. But yeah, he's got that. I don't think he'll fight David Haye. He's got David Haye on his list. He's got Klitschko round 2, and then who's the other one? It's actually a guy from New Zealand, but he didn't do very well either.
He'll try and
Joseph
get the other
Parker.
belts now.
Yeah.
He wants the other belts.
He just wants all of them. Yeah, and then there's Tyson Fury, of course. So
yeah, he might come back for it.
He's trying to lose some weight. So
yeah.
But,
he's got his own issues going on.
Amazing fight. I was texting Neri. He was back in Ireland, and I was like, "Man, are you watching this kind of thing?" And he was like, "That was a fucking incredible fight."
Incredible.
So, but that was definitely a highlight. But what about you? How was the holiday, the trip away?
Yeah, it was great.
Good to see the homeland again.
Yeah.
So.
Didn't rain once, so that's a nice change.
What was the best piece of food you had over there? Was it Mum's cooking, or was it like the chips from the local, or?
Chippies, local, I think. It had to be the chippies, yeah.
And
like
chips,
Mum's food is great. But you can't get the food over here,
No. I find that when I get fish and chips over here, the fish is great. The chips are just like the regular fries or whatever.
Yeah,
whereas in England, they're like chunky chips in the newspaper kind of thing. It's like,
see, everyone thought we were joking, but that's all the show is now. It's boxing, it's food, lifestyle, bedrooms.
That's what we're about.
That's all
lifestyle and bedrooms. Yeah, well, we missed everyone listening in because they made so much noise. But yeah, so I guess we'll go the usual.
So we can never have a holiday again. That's basically what we've come up with.
It just
nothing interesting happens to us that we can talk about on the show. It has nothing to do with tech or movies.
Yeah.
Although we did see Guardians, which we'll talk about.
We did, yeah. Excellent. We got tech, gaming, and movies. Let's just do the traditional.
Let's get back into it. Ease ourselves in.
Yeah. First one on my list, kind of funny. I just like the tag.
Where does cup come from?
The tagline. It was a cup.
Is that just there? Why is that cup just there?
It was always there. Like, it didn't just appear, because otherwise it would be like Stranger Things.
Yeah.
It was someone's coffee.
Right.
From later on. Earlier on, sorry.
From later
on.
Now it is Stranger Things. Now you're confusing me.
I don't know, it's just a cup of coffee.
You and your magic cup of coffee from the future.
Sponsored by... No, I think sponsored.
Future Cafe.
Pirates of the Caribbean. It's
pronounced Caribbean. Yeah.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Pirated Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
Oh yeah, they got stolen.
I love that line just there.
Pirates,
did you hear about it? And like the whole, we're going to release 5 minutes of the film.
They wanted like $80,000 or something.
I haven't really kept up with that because I wrote this down like a month ago.
Yeah.
It was like 3 weeks ago. But so they were going to release 5 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
Every day until they got their demands.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know if they've got their demands.
No, they didn't.
Have they actually been releasing?
I don't think
because someone online is going to piece it together, and then they're going to have the full film. But
the film's already out, so it doesn't matter now.
Is it in a cinema?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know it was out yet.
Literally, you've paid attention to the whole thing.
It got overshadowed by Guardians and Alien, and and other things,
and everything else that's coming out. Yeah.
But I just find that just ironic that someone's pirated the Pirates movie. So, but
who owns the Pirates movie?
Which I still can't remember.
Century Fox?
Still can't remember the bloody title to that. Remember I asked you that?
Oh, here's a weird thing. It's got a different title in Europe.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it got?
We were in the cinema, and it was one of the preview things, and it came up and it was called Salazar's Revenge.
Really?
Yeah, and over here it's called Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Ah.
And I was like,
why
have they got a different name?
Like, they do that every now and again. Not to offend people.
But what's Dead Men Tell No Tales offensive in England that it isn't?
There'll be someone. There'll be
something.
Someone owns a ship called that or something. So, I just thought that was kind of funny. Have you got one?
I do have one. German scientists have found a way to 3D print glass.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they found this weird thing that they do. I don't know the science behind it. That's not why people tune into us. But the glass is kept in a liquid thing.
Right.
And then you print it out. And then what happens is once you heat it, that liquid disappears.
Right.
And the glass all hardens inside it. So now that they can 3D print glass, like they printed like a pretzel, like that the food, the pretzel.
Yeah.
They printed that shape.
Oh, sweet.
Just to show that they can do it.
Yeah.
And now they're saying like because they can do that, they can start making 1,000 other things. Like they can print microscopes and tiny little things. Like because you don't have to cut the glass.
Okay.
It just has to be the size of it printed. Yeah,
that's sweet.
So it's going to change the way you can build everything. And building houses and all that, or for NASA for travel.
Yeah.
Like you can 3D print things on the moon now that'll have windows on it and everything like that. So it's like that's awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty nuts actually. We got our 3D printer working here and we've been just printing the plastic stuff, but I showed you the little fidget thing. Yeah. And it has hinges and everything, but we printed it as one, so you can just like it's a cube and then you can spin it around with your hand. Yeah. And it becomes like a little sphere or whatever.
And it just came out like fully made like that. You
have to, it's nuts. You could just download these models and then you can just either adapt them or put whatever you want. Like I could download the model of that fidget thing and then put like Rant and Bollox on each side of it and stuff, and then just print it off. And it'll be ready. That kind of, it's the size of like a ball in your hand kind of thing. Yeah. That takes like 10 hours or a little less, so which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, and if you can 3D print the glass now, then that means you can print it in any shape and any size.
Having it see-through,
Yeah, and you could design, like architects can design whatever they want because then they can print the glass. Yeah. In ways that you couldn't traditionally blow the glass or melt it. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
There's actually Apple have their new headquarter, like campus. Yeah. I think it's in California, I think it is. But it's actually like it's almost like a dome. It's like a sphere campus, like in a circle. But the whole thing has like glass around it. But they had to bring in these special glass panels to make them, like they're in pieces. So there's like maybe 100 glass panels that go all the way around this thing. Right. But they're massive glass panels. But the whole campus runs off solar energy as well. Cool. And in the center of it, because it's like a circle, it looks like a space saucer kind of thing. Yeah. But the center of it is all like, it's like Central Park. It's got trees and everything in there. But it looks fucking awesome. I think it's going to be ready next year. But just to be able to go in there and know that it's all like self-sufficient, and then you've got like this garden in the middle and you just go back to work and stuff like that, and then you've got these glass kind of ridges all the way around it.
It'd be great. It's pretty sweet if they made something, that company would be amazing.
I know, they're just buildings,
yeah, just great buildings. So, that's all they have.
Just get into like the phone industry or something. So what was the other one I had? I had Lowe's, the hardware store. Yeah, they're messing around with I love this word, exo-skeletons. Right. So, and they go around your body, around your legs,
like Ripley,
so that
like
people,
the big thing?
Yeah, well, a smaller scale, so that when people are picking up heavy objects and stuff, they help you lift with your knees and everything like that. But they've actually got this prototype, and they're running it in Virginia. So, and they've given it to their employees, and they're like picking up like these heavy things, and it can like help with the hydraulics and stuff. Yeah, but it does look like a mech suit. I just thought that's fucking awesome. Yeah, like Virginia Lowe's has got like mechs walking around, So I just thought that was kind of cool. But it seems to be working out, and then you don't have people suing you like, oh, I hurt my back because I was picking up this massive.
So now everybody knows where to go if there's a zombie apocalypse. Virginia Lowe's. Get your mech suits.
Yeah. There's probably like a limited edition Ripley one there.
Yeah.
So, and then the last one I had on tech, I didn't have too much on tech, but the last one was...
We know for weeks and weeks and nothing's happened in tech. We've probably missed a million things.
There's been a million, but what we want to talk about, what we want to really talk about, the big one, this is the big one though, is the virus that went out. Everyone was scared of all this shite that happened. So it mainly was targeted to Windows computers, but it just made me think about like, did you grow up on Windows or Macs? I think I've asked you
Windows,
that before, but you're a Windows guy. And like people are scared of using Windows because of these, like this was a massive like virus that went around. So, and I don't even think it targeted Macs. Like I think it was mainly Windows machines.
Yeah, it was all Windows.
The reason why is because there's like 90% of the world uses Windows. Yeah. But, and that's why people feel safer on a Mac. But, yeah, I was just seeing that in the news. And then my uncle like called me up and he was just like, oh, am I going to be affected by this? And just like the widespread, how someone panics. I mean, I know this was a big thing, but it just, spreads and everyone starts panicking about it. And then, like, I wonder if like Mac just like got loads more adoptions just because of it, because they were like, oh shit, I'm on
it's like it's just a weird mentality of it, because it is like 1 out of every 10 computers is a Mac. Yeah. So if you're a hacker, you're not going to focus on hacking Macs because it's just not worth your time.
I know.
It's like if 9 out of 10 banks in the city all had the same lock well, you try and figure out how to pick that lock.
Yeah.
You wouldn't try and pick the one bank that like, because once you can do one, you can do all of them. You're going to make more money.
No, totally.
But yeah, then you get that weird thing of like, oh, Macs are safer than Windows and all this. They're not really safer. It's just no one gives a crap.
Yeah, that's the thing. If Macs are more popular, then that would have targeted a Mac.
Yeah.
You know, they just wanted to target a maximum amount of people. So, and then you got like Windows 10, and then like it has this auto updating, it like updates your machine and stuff. But like it's a pain in the neck to own a Windows machine, and then you get these pop-ups saying like you got to update, and you're like whatever, and then suddenly a virus like this comes out, and you're like, shit, I should have probably clicked on that. But it was like, I don't know the last time we had such a big outburst like that. But
so what happened to it? Did people end up paying it, or
I think eventually, like I think it only targeted like a few key businesses, or like only a few key businesses got affected. But it just blew up in the news. It was on the front page of BBC. But it quickly died down. I guess Windows probably released a patch, and then people updated. Yeah. Well, we're on Macs right now, so we're not affected.
It's just that thing. It's like I said, people. If you go into any major corporation, they've all got Windows, and they've all got Dell, and they've all got, because that's just the cheapest thing to do. It's easier to buy.
Well, that's the thing.
You know, it's easier to buy 100 Dell desktops than.
But do they update their computer? That's the thing.
That's the problem. Yeah. The IT guys have to be like going around clicking that.
They've installed a new
button every day.
They've installed a new game, and then suddenly it's like, you haven't updated your computer since you that, or you installed something which is now giving you a hole, so a hacker could come in and stuff like that. So
all the hackers have to do now to Apple is turn off the sun, and then their entire system shuts down, right?
Exactly. Yeah, their campus is fucked. So, boom. That was actually really it on the tech. I've got more
6 years we've been gone. That's all the tech that's happened.
Not too much talk worthy. I'm sure there has been, but
talk worthy.
Talk worthy for the Bollox and the Rant. I do have a little topic though I want to bring up.
Shit.
For
our tech talk, our tech Bollox talk.
Yeah, just like something to kind of go on about, because it happened on the weekend and it kind of bothered me. It's always bothered me. I know it bothers you as well. It's smartphone addiction.
Oh,
just how just crazy it's getting. So not only like data plans in Canada are like awful. So people just having to be connected all the time and are on their phones. It's everything from like data. It's to having a conversation with someone and then someone pulls out their phone. Yeah. Like I even do that.
Yeah.
It's going home. I go home after like a work day, and then my wife's there and we're having dinner, and then she's got her phone out. I've got my phone out.
Yeah.
You know, it's just crazy. And this is us, and we didn't grow up with phones. So like I kind of wanted to talk about the story when you first came to Canada. You didn't have a phone.
Didn't have a phone.
So we would be like, oh, do you want to go for a pint? Like, I didn't really know you that well.
Yeah.
So we were like, we'll meet Neri down at the pub. He's going to be there at 8. I'm like, why don't we make it 8:30 because we're going to go here? And he's like, no, he's going to be there at 8. I'm like, well, just text him. And he's like, no, he doesn't have a phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He said he's going to be there at 8?
Yeah.
So we've got to be there at 8.
Yeah.
I'm like, but what about if we go to the other bar across the street? He's going to be at this one.
At 8 o'clock.
I'm like, I guess that's how it was.
Yeah, that's how it was for all time.
It's just black and white.
The last like 20 years that that's changed.
Yeah, so it's just like, and we met you there at 8, and
and then we can go to the bar across,
and then we can go there. Yeah. So that was just like, it's so plain and simple. But now it's just like, it's a crazy thing. Like these smartphones. Like I was on the GO train going in to Toronto, and there was some kids, and they were so concerned about their data. And one of the guys, I think they were teenagers, he was like, oh, I've got a gig plan. You guys can tether off me. I'm like, that's not going to last long.
Yeah.
With 5 of you, know? But it's crazy because they're like hunting out the data, but they were also hunting out the power. So they were on the train and they were like, can I plug in? Because I don't have a lot of juice, you know? And I saw in their eyes, it was an addiction. Like they were I need to plug my phone in. It's like, don't talk to me until I've got like 10% battery.
Yeah.
You know, it really was like that.
If I can't Snapchat, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
This whole train ride is a bullshit.
It's nuts. Like, I guess my question is like, what are your views on that? But where do you see that going? Because it's only going to get worse. But is there any policing going to go?
I don't know. Like I was at home and I had my nieces and my nephews and they're 5 and 3.
Yeah.
And like if you want to shut them up, you just give them a phone.
Right.
And then they'll put on YouTube and then they'll watch their TV show.
They'll know exactly where the icon is.
Yeah.
They'll know to.
And you can't you can stop them. Like, obviously, you don't give it to them all day, every day. It's just like, look, put this on while I make dinner. That kind of same thing that they did to us when we were kids. It's like, you know, put the TV on. Exact same system. Yeah. But the TV went off at a certain point, or your dad would be like, I'm watching the news. And you're like, well, fuck this bullshit anyway, you know.
Now you got these separate screens.
Now everyone's got a separate screen that's on 24/7. Yeah. And constantly feeding you. Like, your brain, it can't deal with that.
No, I know.
That's the thing I always go about. Is like, we've evolved or devolved over millions of years. Yeah. And then tens of thousands of years of civilization and language and all that. And it's only the last like 20, like, when would you say phones took off? 2000?
Yeah, around that.
So like, we're looking at 20 years to 25 years max.
Yeah.
And now it's everywhere. Everything in the world, all day, every day.
Websites and, you know, like when you're designing for anything, mobile first. Yeah. It's like people are on their mobiles. They're going to see it first on their mobile. Yeah. It's like no one's going to see this on their laptop first. They're going to see it on their mobile first.
And I don't think there's been enough studies done linking how we are dealing with that every day, all day.
There definitely isn't. Like, even like many things is in like what that does to your eyes. Like, they're coming out with what do you call it? Like the night shift, whatever. It's on iPhone night shift. So like when you're looking at it in the dark, it kind of tints the screen. I think Android definitely has that. It's called something else. But even that, like, we've just got years of just looking at fucking phones. Yeah. In the dark or wherever.
Well, that screws you up. Yeah, because the screen mimics sunlight. It mimics daylight.
That's right. Yeah.
So if you're looking at that at nighttime, your biological clock is just like, what's going on? Yeah. It's nighttime. Why am I seeing daylight?
The other thing
is far from my face.
Just experiencing things for yourself. Like, when I grew up, my dad would record a lot, like record a lot. But he'd be behind the camera. We'd jokingly say like, "Oh, you're kind of living like our memories behind a camera," but he can watch them after. But like, that was like the early stages of like Snapchat in a way, because he always had the camera, the thing up to his eye. But now it's like, I've got friends that are on holiday right now, and they're big kind of Snapchatters. And like, I just see like a Snapchat every kind of 2 hours. Yeah. And I'm like, are they living like their holiday through Snapchat? Yeah. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying like, it's crazy. It's like, you know, we're
kind of shooting ourselves in the foot here though, because most of our listeners are probably on their phone now or whatever.
I'm sure they're listening to it, which is great. No, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, where is it going to go? Yeah. You know, I'm a little concerned with kids because they're going to grow up with that and they're going to be so used to that. Yeah. And then you've also got like we love our VR. So you got the VR, which connects onto that. But just, I guess the reason why I brought it up is when I saw those kids, I saw an addiction in their eyes.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I saw a worry, you know. Yeah. Something happened last week to me. I was off on holiday and I lost internet at home. Right. And for an hour or two, I lost internet. But I was watching something. How
did you get by?
I was watching something on that I had already downloaded, so I was just watching it. But actually, for the 2 hours, like the first hour, I brought up my phone and I tried to go somewhere. I was like, oh yeah, I lost internet, I forgot. Yeah. And then 10 minutes later, oh yeah, I forgot. I lost internet. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? So I was like, I'm going to put this phone down, put it away for about an hour. After an hour, I was starting to get aggravated. Yeah. I was just like, what the heck? I think I texted my wife. I was like, we lost bloody internet. You know, it's like,
what are we living for?
I was like, what if I'm like this? What are people like growing up, you know, with phones and stuff?
And the other thing with that is, I think it was a statistic that like you look at Facebook once every 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's a nuts statistic. Yeah,
it's called a negative feedback loop.
Right.
You go on Facebook to see what's happening, and because you do that, you get your little red things pop up, and then you have something to do. And then it just makes you feel like you're engaged, and you're getting information from your friends and whatever. Yeah. And then you turn it off. And then you're in your day-to-day normal life, and you're like, I'm not getting any stimulus. I'm not getting any response for what's happening. Yeah. So I'll just check Facebook again. Yeah. And the time between that need to get a response shortens to like, you just naturally hit F, and then it pops up in your search bar, Facebook. Just like, boom. Yeah, you're there. Everyone's got their app. They click their app and it's open, and they're like, scroll, turn it off. Yeah. Then later, scroll. And this is the thing, like, you don't understand is that anybody listening to this, and you included, because I know this because I was on holiday, what was the last day you didn't have your phone? I don't mean no internet. I don't mean no texting. I mean,
not even have the phone.
Physically have the phone.
It probably was when I was in Australia. I went to Australia.
Did you go to Australia? Yeah.
So sometime last year. It was probably one of the days there. I think I must have left it and it was probably because I was like, oh well, I've got no internet anyway, or whatever it was. But I think there was one day, and then before that, I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if there was.
Once in 6 months.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, that's fine. It's like, no. In the last 20 years, this has become fine. But all the generations before us, if you had taken away their wallet or their watch, they'd be like, oh, forgot my wallet, forgot my watch. They wouldn't have a freak out panic attack. Like if you would have taken one of those kids' phones, they would have. They would have lost their minds.
Well, man, this goes on to something else. Like they probably would have killed for it. They probably would have killed for it. Like as in, like I wouldn't say smash a rock over someone's head right then, but if you were to actually take it away and run away, or something like that, or get in a car, they would risk your life. They would be like, "Oh, I'm going to throw this in front of the car because I want to stop that person."
Yeah, he's got my phone. Yeah.
So that would kind of happen. The other thing, I mean, this can go everywhere, but
it goes everywhere. Yeah.
Is I really like this one. Is that we really shouldn't even be calling them phones anymore.
No,
they're computers. They're computers.
They're computers. Yeah.
So I've got an iPhone 7.
Yeah.
And it is more powerful. I know it is more powerful than a MacBook Air. From I think 2 years ago. I think there might be a new one, or there's one coming out soon. It's more powerful than a MacBook Air laptop.
Yeah.
And it's just a phone, you know. But I'm just wondering when we're going to stop calling them phones. I know we call them smartphones, but eventually I think we're going to call them something.
Smarties.
I don't know what it is because
Smarties.
Because actually, when was the last time you called someone? Actually called like texting.
We're weird, like you said. We grew up outside the bubble.
Yeah.
So like I called someone yesterday.
Okay. I don't call people at all.
Yeah.
and also when people call me, I'm like, oh.
You have a freak out. You're like, what's going on?
Especially if you don't know the number.
Who's dead?
Yeah.
Who's dead?
Yeah. You're like, what? Yeah. If you know, if it's like, you know, bros calling you, you're like, oh, what's going down? You know, like, is there a party or is like someone, you know, someone
but
pregnant?
But if your mom's number came up, you're like, someone's dead?
Yeah.
Someone's dead? It's all over. She's like, hello, you came out for dinner.
Yeah.
Don't ring me! How dare you scare me like that?
An unknown number, you're like, I'm not picking you up.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
And the other thing you were saying with the kids, because we keep shitting on kids, because fuck them. But they've got it really bad because a lot of them need the phone because they're so psychologically screwed that they don't have relationships in their normal life.
Well, that's the thing. Dustin,
they're very miserable. Like that's a trend that they have noticed. Psychologists, there's an uptick in suicide rates and all this because we're so programmed into what our social status is on the phone that we're not building relationships in real life.
That's the thing. People
so everything's very superficial.
Yeah,
and when you have an actual emotional issue, like people will post on Facebook. Yeah, like if someone's having a bad day, they're like, "Oh man, having a bad day. I really wish I had someone to talk to." You're like, shouldn't this be something you say to somebody?
Yeah, it's like
shouldn't you use the phone to call somebody?
I know.
You know.
But well, that's
and there's the two sides to that. The one side is that people are genuinely losing out on human interaction.
That's right. Yeah.
And then the other side is that the internet has made everything very performative. You have to be on show.
Yeah.
Like those kids that like go to the extreme and pretend they have cancer.
Yeah.
So they get a lot of likes and attention.
Right. Yeah.
And it's the same with this. It's like, oh, but if I post on Facebook that I'm sad, then I'll be able to test how many friends are gonna, you know, text me or how many friends are gonna like it.
Well, they need that satisfaction of, I posted a picture of me at, you know, the archway having steak with my boyfriend. Yeah. So how many likes am I gonna get? Oh, I've got a comment. As soon as they get a comment and their phone goes ding like that. Yeah. Like, can you just not check your phone? Like, it's hard not to ding. It's like, oh, who's commented on it? You know? Yeah. And people are just addicted to that. But there's been a study as well that basically causes depression as well, because you're looking on Facebook and you're like, oh, Margaret's in. I don't know Margaret. I don't know why I use Margaret, but
she's a
bitch. She's in Spain again. She's doing she's doing some surfing and she's doing this, she's doing that. Well, I'm at work. Yeah. You know, and it's like, oh, she's in Vancouver now. Yeah. And they're like, oh, I wish I was in Vancouver. And then suddenly you go home and you're like, well,
everyone's got a better life than me.
Yeah, I'm watching Fast and Furious. And
yeah, I've seen that study. I saw that study.
There is,
and it's one of the weirdest, not a paradox, but like contradictory results ever, is that everyone thinks all of their friends are having a better life than them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. And
so
really,
everyone's thinking.
But really, everyone's in the same boat. Because when they post that steak picture, when they post the steak, it's them saying like, "Oh, I kind of want to post this," because like some people genuinely just want to post it and go like, "Hey, this is actually really freaking good. Yeah, this is at this restaurant. Boom." Yeah. Some people just want the attention, you know. But when they do, they don't realize that everyone else is doing it for the same reason.
Yeah, everybody's like,
so they're all in the same boat.
And it's like I have a really high bar for what I post.
Yeah. Like I think you need to, yeah.
Like it has to be like something really big. Yeah, exactly. Or just like that's it. Like it has to be something magnificent. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not posting this. This is my food. I'm going to eat this. I'm not going to tell somebody that I'm eating this.
Exactly.
You're either here eating it with me or you're not. Fuck off.
Would you ever? Why are you on Facebook? Would you ever consider deleting Facebook?
Facebook. Weirdly enough, Facebook gave me one of those notes things saying, you've been on Facebook 10 years.
Oh, yeah?
So I went into the room and I cried. So I'm like, what has happened to my life?
It came up for me and Steve.
So I was like looking at the numbers. I was like 10 years. It's like 2007. Yeah. That's when I came here.
Oh, wow.
I'm on Facebook to connect with the people back in Ireland. Oh, okay. That's why I was on Facebook.
That's why I was going to mention it. I was like, I guess you're on it for that.
That's
you got Messenger and stuff. So
you know, I was back home and everyone's like, "Have you got Viber?" And I'm like, "No, download a Viber." Yeah. Now I'm chatting to them all day, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't need it."
It's funny because I find that Instagram is actually a nice middle ground. Instagram's very visual, and you can just scrub through, and you're just like, "Okay, this is cool."
Check on the rocks.
Whereas whereas Facebook is very kind of like just sitting in my flat. Saw the view tonight and a bird flew down. It's like, fuck off, whatever. Whereas Instagram's very kind of, here's that bird, it flew by, it looked awesome, so you can just kind of scrub through. So like more and more I've been thinking about deleting Facebook, but then there are people I still want to connect back to, but like I don't know why I check it so often. So like
I said, it's just become a habitual thing.
Really like
it's just normalized. If you can press everyone listen to this now. When you go back onto your Chrome or your Internet Explorer, whatever you're using, and you press F, and the first thing that comes up is Facebook. Yeah, that's just habit. That just proves to you that that's what you're clicking. Yeah, all the time. Yeah, that's true. And like, when was the last time you were on Facebook and you were like, "Man, I had a great time on Facebook. I had a great time on Facebook last night.
Awesome.
I was chatting to my buddies, and I was like, we were laughing." It doesn't fucking happen. I know. You're on Facebook for 20 seconds. To just scroll through and move on. Okay. Yeah, maybe it'll pop up that somebody's dead. You know, like you'll get one of those little
actually, that's how I found out about Moore. Yeah, I found it out.
Or Ada. Somebody will have like R.I.P.
It was Ada.
Yeah, Chris Cornell. Yeah, and like, oh wow, that's.
But that's actually another thing is people are getting their news from that as well. Like I got it from Ada. Ada goes R.I.P. Roger Moore. I was like, what? Yeah. So then I checked BBC, but I did find it out on Facebook first. So
and that's why, like, I think the brain is having a problem because we're just endlessly instant information,
and we're also
and this is something like I've noticed, just to cut you off, is with the amount of news we're getting and the information we're getting is so quick that we're not even processing it. It just becomes headline, soundbite. Just get through it. I know. Scroll, and you're like, wait. Did you not hear what that thing was? Like that's major.
I know, yeah.
You know,
and if you don't, and like it could be an advertising thing, or it could be just a true headline. But if you don't hook them on the headline, they're going to scroll through. You know, it's like they're a thumb flick away, basically. You know, and they don't. I think there was a study, and I think it's the average is when you click on a video is like 4 seconds. If you don't get them within 4 seconds, it could be 4 or 6. If you don't get them within that, they're gone. So
that's why I don't understand anybody watching my videos. It's like a 45-minute video. Like I know that if I click on a video and then it has the timestamp of how long this is, I'm like, no.
But that's you're not posting on Facebook saying, "Hey, look at this." But still.
But it's the mentality of it. Like that could be the most important video I watch ever. Yeah. But because it says 22 minutes, I'm like, I'm not watching that.
Well, then it's all to do with your thumbnail. Yeah. So if it's Bane versus
I think what you're trying to get to at your original point with, watching kids in a weird, creepy, stalkery way. But the point you're generally getting to is like, what the hell are we going to do about it?
I know, it's crazy.
Because it is going to get to a proper alcoholic addiction level.
It really will. Because if you take a phone or an iPad away from a kid now, they scream. Like they'll scream, and like we don't even know what's going to happen in 5 to 10 years because we didn't grow up with that, so we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's not like other addictions. We don't know.
But I just had an idea. This is more of a ad idea for for companies, but it'd be kind of cool in a way. Say if you were with Kudu, I'm with Kudu for my phone, and data. So say like they had a promotion. They were like, snap the best picture of Toronto from from this building or this bus stop or whatever,
right?
And we'll give you 50 megabytes of data. Something to give you data. I don't know, the snapping the picture is probably a stupid idea, but whatever it is, it's like with your phone, hashtag this, blah blah blah, and we'll give you 20 megabytes of data. For a kid, that would be like, fuck, we're doing this. So just being able to get these little data bolts, that would be kind of cool. Or like, get this bus, take public transport, don't drive a car, and we'll give you 50 megabytes. And
welcome to Rant and Bollox, which is just Alex's brainstorming session.
But I can see that actually happening because, again, going back to those kids on the train, they were very much like, oh, I'm going to need to tether off you because you got your gigabyte. And I was kind of looking at them going like, that's not going to last. With whatever they're digesting with the video. But if they were to stop at Union and then suddenly it's like, support the Blue Jays and whatever it is. Snap this and do this, and then maybe it's like, stupid idea, pick up all these bottles, like do something for the environment. Fill a bag and we'll give you 100 megabytes. So and then people are like, I'm going to do that because I need 100 megabytes. So it's megabytes are going to be more than bloody money. It's going to be currency, isn't it? So there's just so many directions you can go off on.
I think one of the things to get clear though is when people are talking about this, it always comes across as like stupid kids on their phones all the time. They should be out in the real world. They should be out playing games and all that. It's like, that's bullshit. Like, the real world is generally boring as shit. Like, that's not the problem. The problem I have with it isn't that, like, stuff on the internet isn't really funny and really cool and really interesting. And, like, you can learn everything from astrophysics to watching the latest episode of your favorite TV show. So it's always going to be more entertaining. It's like walking around. If you could have a PlayStation, you could just walk around with it, like full game, it'd be great. The problem with it is the emotional damage it's doing to people. Like you said, if you take that phone away, they will freak out.
They will.
They will have an actual physical their whole body will just shut down. They just won't know what to do with themselves. They're like, give me my phone, you dickhead.
What do I do without it?
What do I do without it? It's like, it's not, it's like, the phone's here. I have your phone. The phone's in my pocket. You're just not getting it. Like, give me my phone. Give it to me. Like, the physical need to have it on them. Like, if they were on the train and one of them said, I forgot my phone, they'd get off the train and go home.
Without a doubt. What about,
have you
ever left the house knowing that your phone's at home but you've forgotten it?
Don't give a shit.
So,
I still have that emotional attachment.
How about if you left it on a bus though? So that's more annoying.
I've never left it anywhere.
Because then,
that's the thing.
We'd have to ask Jono about that one.
We'd have to ask Jono.
There's one of our friends who's like lost 3 phones within like a month. But so if you forget it at home, you know that you've got the day. You know that at the end of the day you're going to come home to it. You're still going to have a bit of a day without it. But if you left it on a bus and you knew, you're like, oh god, I left it on the bus. That's gone. Like, your phone is gone. You're pretty much not going to get it back.
No.
But that's even more like psychological damage to you.
I can understand, like, but that's the other problem with it is this is why the future is going to be very difficult. Like, trying to wean somebody off an addiction to video games. Is pretty easy for the people trying to do it, because it's just like, stop playing the video games. You're not working. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not exercising. It's affecting you physically, mentally, and all this. You can't do that with a phone because it's got your bank on it. It's got your email on it. It's got your contacts on it. I don't remember any phone numbers anymore.
No, neither do I.
Like, every aspect of your life is on that phone now. So like why we're so connected and like tethered to the phone makes sense. In a way. So if you lost it, you've lost a lot of very vital information.
But hopefully, you've got iCloud or whatever the Android equivalent is, and you can back it up, like photos. Like, I already right now, if I lost my phone, I would have everything because it's backed up. But I make sure. But not everyone does have that backed up. Like, photos, memories is a big thing, so.
And it's like I was saying of, like, what are we going to do in the future? It's just like, oh, teach kids not to have the phone, or don't give them a phone till they're 8 years old, or don't give them a phone till they're 16.
Yeah.
And it's like, can't do that.
No, because
that kid is now decades behind everybody else.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's not just learning the tech part of it. It's like you do get way too much information, but that information is constantly going in.
Yeah.
And some small chunks of it.
Yeah.
So like a 8-year-old with a phone is probably going to be better equipped for the way the world is.
Totally, yeah.
Than a person without it.
Yeah.
Like if you expect your kid to be raised in New York City or LA or like a major area like Tokyo or, you know, bloody Australia, wherever, they're going to have to deal with the internet. They're going to have to deal with social media. They're going to have to deal with all of this. They don't have to participate.
Yeah.
But they have to know it.
However,
you can't just cut it off.
The kid without the phone, you could argue, is going to be a better people person.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have good conversation skills.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to hold a conversation and like talk to clients or whatever. You know, they might go down that route.
And it's also teaching them like emotional stability.
Totally, yeah.
It's like, I'm taking your phone away. Okay.
Yeah. Whereas someone else is like, whoa, no.
No, I need that constant stimulation.
Yeah,
it's, like,
it's in my watch anyway. It's in my watch.
Yeah. It's in my tie.
It's nuts, man. It's nuts. But it'll be interesting once we stop calling them phones as well, because we eventually will stop calling them phones.
The way I think it'll go down is when we start to see proper addiction clinics open up. Yeah,
because those are now, and they've been around for a while, for computer games.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you and I grew up and our dads would be like, stop playing computer games. You know, do something, you know, that's going to get you a job, or go outside and play some football. But now it's like, no, Dad, like people make a living.
Yeah, I make 50 grand a year doing this
through playing a video game. So,
and it's also like I was saying with the video game and comparison, with video games, you're not doing anything else. Like your phone's on you all day.
Yeah.
It doesn't interfere.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like you don't notice that they have a problem because they're still able to, when you have your phone on you, you're still able to go to work.
Yeah.
You're still able to do all your day-to-day things. Yeah. You're still able to like go to dinner and all that.
Oh yeah.
So it looks like you're fine, and it doesn't seem as pervasive or like damaging.
Yeah.
But it is.
Yeah.
In the longer run, I think once that like turns over and people are like, oh, you've got a problem, you need to get off the phone. If you don't get off the phone, you're like, when you get off the phone, you have a real issue. Yeah. Dealing with bloody yourself.
The trouble is, everyone in the world actually, like not everyone, but like so many people in the world actually have that issue. Like you and I have that issue, maybe just slightly. Yeah. Like not as much as...
Oh, it's definitely become habitual to us. Yeah, we're just into that phase of just like, I'll just check my phone.
Whereas computer game addiction is like, you know, a lot of people might have that and it might be slowly ramping up.
Yeah.
Like this cell phone addiction is just going to be like, boom, you know? Yeah. So many people...
Because there's hundreds of millions of people.
So it's going to be a big issue.
And that's what I think, like, if you get to the point where people are all being addicted and they're all having to get treatment... Yeah. That's going to have a knock-on effect of parents being like, oh, I can't give this to my kids. Yeah. I can't let them fall into this.
You're almost going to have that like that Nintendo thing I mentioned like a few podcasts ago, where
you only get X amount of hours per day.
Screen turns off at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like screen just turns off at 8 o'clock. Yeah. Like there's no way, you know, I think there's going to be things like that happening.
Yeah, like I know my brother's kids, it's like no devices during the day.
Right.
So nothing during the day. Have to be out playing. Yeah. In the garden, all that kind of stuff. And then school, homework. Yeah. And then around 7 o'clock before you
gives you something to look forward to. Otherwise, you're just spoiled and you're kind of like, oh, yeah, whatever, and I'll put this down.
I think that's the only way it's going to go. It's like, it's a horrible way to go, but it's going to have to be, people are going to have issues. Yeah. Before someone legislates it and says, okay, we need to have a study. Yeah. Like, how many hours should a kid have a phone in their hand?
Yeah.
How many hours should they have a laptop?
They must be going on right now. They must have like some crazy results, which, you know, they're releasing, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to really hit the shit's not going to hit the fan until like a year or two. And these clinics are going to come up. Yeah. But I think it's going to happen real soon, like a year or two. So.
Oh, I think, because people don't even know if they've got the problem.
No, that's the whole thing. I think they're starting to realize, because like what do we work it out to be, like 15 years back, 20 years of people having these phones. But even then, like they were Nokias and like they were basic.
So you look at like, when was the iPhone? Well, the iPhone 2008, 2007?
Yeah. 10 years, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 years, because 8.
So we're definitely in the point where like kids, adolescents have only ever had a phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Or been in a house with a phone.
Totally, yeah.
So they're definitely going to be hitting the point of like, oh, I'm 14, 15.
Yeah.
I've only ever had a phone. And then like I lost it for a day, so like I beat somebody up.
I know.
It's like, okay, you got a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, but you don't understand, I didn't have my phone. It's like, oh god damn it, Chad.
What was the other thing? I had I was watching a 3D movie, and because it had the 3D glasses on, when you look at your phone, it's all warped.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it actually like made me watch the movie all the way through, you know? So
right,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, I'm not going to just glance at my phone and
Yeah.
look up, look down or whatever. So I thought that was kind of cool. I literally had my phone away for like a whole 3-hour movie watching it. And then I was like, oh, now I'll pick up my phone kind of thing. But,
that'll probably be an app that'll be like tied in with the Alexa of like, oh, Alexa, we're putting a movie on. Silence all devices.
Yeah.
So the phones have no signal. It's like flight mode.
Yeah. That's pretty
so while the movie's on, your phones don't work.
Yeah.
So you can look at it all you want, but you're not getting any messages to that fucking movie.
There's definitely going to be little apps like that for sure. But
especially for households, like with families just being trying to like, right, if you're in our house and you're using our Wi-Fi, you're not going to be using the Wi-Fi when we're having family time.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be like family time, and everyone's going to be like, Wi-Fi down.
Wi-Fi down. It's all over. God damn it.
Yeah, we'll have to follow it.
That's a good
just
question.
like self-driving cars and stuff. But
it's a good topic. Scary topic.
It's a scary topic.
I think a lot of people want to talk about it because we love our phones.
It
targets on our phones.
Targets everyone. Because I'm like, it's me. It's like, I don't know how much you.
Yeah,
but,
it's me too. Yeah,
it's my wife for sure. You know, it's all of us.
Yeah,
we all do it. It's crazy. Sometimes I get home. I have dinner and we're watching like the Blue Jays, and I'm on my phone and my wife's on my phone, and then suddenly
right
she jokes and she's like, "Do you want to go to bed now and just get on our phones?"
Yeah,
you know? And I'm just like, "Well, we're on our phones right now."
Yeah,
and it's like we are pretty good. Like we'll put it down a lot, like especially like if we go out for dinner or something. Like our phones are always down, and people even play those games where you put your phone down.
Yeah,
first person to grab it.
Yeah,
like first person to grab their phone like buys the round and stuff like that. But so if we do it. But just like people younger or people more addicted, you know, like I was saying, my friends are on holiday, but I'm like living their holiday through their Snapchat. Yeah. I'm like, are you actually enjoying the environment or are you looking through your phone?
You're just like, oh, that'd be a good one to take a picture of.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, so that's a cool tunnel. I'm taking a picture of it. I'm taking a video. But do you actually like that tunnel or are you just doing it because you want
everyone
the 100 people that follow you to have a look at it? Like, do you genuinely like that? You know?
Yeah.
Or with the steak. Like, is that a nice steak, or is it just you because you want after you take that photo or that video, you just want your pocket to go, and if you don't have that, you're not satisfied. So if you're having a steak and those little beeps don't come, you actually have a problem.
Yeah.
Like I think you have a problem if you take a picture of your steak, and then if you don't get enough beeps or vibrations in your pocket, and you're not enjoying yourself,
and that's that feedback loop. Like the more popular you get, the more you need that thing. Like if you get 10,000 followers and you put a post up and it only gets 20 likes, you're like, well, what happened? What's wrong? You know? And if you get like 100,000 followers and you're only getting so many, it's like, oh, this better get 7,000 likes in the next hour. Yeah. Like that kind of, you're just totally skewed. Like you're completely off track on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, good topic. I mean, you can go on, but let us know what you think about it in the comments as well.
Yeah, so, let us know what you think. What the solution
You're on your
be.
Phones right now. You might as well just let us know.
Yeah, might as well text us. At Rant and Bollox at Twitter. Tweet us. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll expand on it further, but no, just good to talk about. You know, we'll be on our phones on the way home.
Yeah, I'll text you later.
Checking it all out. Why have we only got 2 comments? Why?
Why have I got so many likes? I want more likes.
Ready to talk some gaming? Gaming news.
What are you looking at me for? This is your department.
I'm sure you've got a couple of things.
With the gaming news this week is Injustice is out.
Injustice 2 is out.
2, yeah.
I've got it on my PS4 ready and waiting.
Yeah,
so,
we'll have to play that soon.
Yeah, it reviewed really well actually.
Yeah.
It got some great reviews. Apparently the best place to play it is PS4, but it's only on PS4 and Xbox anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not on the PC. But yeah, apparently the single player is great. It tells a really, really cool story.
You haven't played it yet?
No, not played it. I only got it just yesterday. So
okay.
It plays a really nice story because I think after you defeat someone, it like dynamically goes into whoever you beat. It goes into like the storyline of that.
Okay.
But if he beats you, sometimes it will play a
different story
defeat and stuff. But yeah, it's got really good reviews. So and we've got to get on that. We've got to play some Flash versus Superman or whatever.
We'll play it next week for sure.
Yeah, we'll bring the PS4 and we'll do some footage.
Yeah.
So
we'll do our little review, which is mostly me screaming.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't this working?
Exactly. But yeah, I was looking forward to that one. The other one was Batman VR. I tried that out.
Oh,
so, yeah, you're definitely going to try that out. I think we've got to film that as well. Just being able to kind of like put the bat suit on, because you have to reach for it, and then suddenly like you've got it on, you've got all the heads up display, and then you look at your hands and stuff, and it's all got the gloves and stuff.
I always got to look at your hands. That proves it's a real VR experience.
Exactly.
You got hands.
Hello, I've got gloves on. So.
I've got the front of my hand and I got the back of my hand.
Alfred's there, so you go down, you get kind of like an elevator down into the Batcave, and as you're going down, you go into the Batcave, and all the water and drips stuck. You hear all the cave sounds, and then you can choose different things to do down there, but it's got a really cool mechanic to it. So I think it's Robin, and there's another guy like Night Shadow or something. I can't remember his name, and he's basically been attacked, or he's gone missing.
Night Shadow. That's probably someone's name.
Night Shadow.
Night Shadow.
And you go to the crime scene. And you're like, this is where he was last seen, or
right?
This, and then you see like he's fucking dead. He's on the floor dead. He's got a snapped neck and everything. So you're like, how did this happen? And then, but to actually relive the crime scene, you've got to with your hands, because you got like you can.
No one can see you. All your movements. No one can see what you're doing right now.
So, you're crying. So
I'm crying.
Your eyes watering.
It's just so beautiful being Batman.
You've got to like turn your wrist left and right, and you can fast forward. So you can either go forward or back. And as you do that,
Strange thing.
Yeah, pretty much actually. Yeah. And then as you do that, there's like you rewind the crime scene, or you can put it forward. And then when you get to a certain moment, like it's pretty brutal. Like his neck gets snapped.
Spoiler alert: neck gets snapped.
As it gets snapped, you have to like kind of stop.
Yeah.
And you have to click on it, and it's like. And it shows you like where the bone, like where it snaps and stuff, and then it's like that's not it. That wasn't like the vital point or whatever. And apparently, like his knee gets snapped in half as well, so you have to wind backwards until that happens because he falls from a roof.
That's actually pretty cool. That's the kind of Batman you want.
It's pretty sweet. Batman. Yeah. So it's proper detective, and then there's another scene where you're throwing the star discs and stuff like that. So, but it looks the part as well. It looks pretty amazing. So.
It's like an hour long.
Yeah, it's around an hour. You could probably like pan it out to like 2, but if you just rush through it, it's like an hour.
Do you think this is like a tester for like a full game?
I don't think they'll ever do a full game, but it's a tech demo just to kind of get
pretty cool. A whole like game of like spending the night as Batman solving crimes.
It would be cool, but this is what they did. So it's like 2 hours long, say. But I think the game's like $30, so they got $30 out of 2 hours.
Yeah.
So they're kind of winning in a way.
Yeah.
There's some people are like annoyed and they're like, I'm not going to pay $30 for 2 hours. But a lot of people that own VR just want really cool experiences, so they will just pay that. You know? But I'd say if they charged like $30 for like a 6-hour experience, people will be more on board. So maybe they'll do something like that. They won't do a full game, but maybe just like a 6-hour chunk. But
like a good couple more like episodes of that kind of system.
That's all I'm really after for games in general myself. Is just
imagine
like
if
6
they combined
hours.
that detective bits with like super hot, that kind of fighting.
Yeah, like the slow-mo thing.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's how Batman would fight with like all the heads-up displays and the holograms and people being like, he's got a knife. I gotta block that motherfucker.
But you know what did happen to me? I got to mention with the Batman VR. So I haven't been in VR for about 2 weeks. I haven't used it or anything. So,
Your parents died?
Oh my! Actually, that's not even the beginning of it.
Oh my god, that's a really intense game.
I'm not joking. The beginning of it, you're a kid.
Oh yeah.
So you're yourself as a kid.
Yeah.
As your parents get shot and the pearl beads.
And did they have your mum and dad's face like superimposed?
Oh god, that would be. You're like, what is going on?
They scan your Facebook. So, they go to your Facebook profile, get your links.
Very much. So.
It's like, found it. There we go.
But it is kind of funny.
Bill and Ben.
We always joke about like, how many times do we have to see this scene? But you're actually the kid in the scene. And it's just like, Mom, Dad, and then they get shot, and the guy's just like, But you're a mini, like, because obviously you're smaller and stuff. Yeah. But it's actually kind of a cool experience seeing it in that view.
Yeah, because then you realize. Okay, I'm gonna go out and fight.
I couldn't help but think like, how many times
do I have to
see this? But
my parents are dead.
Yeah, exactly. I hadn't seen I hadn't been in VR for a while, so just being back in it, because it was like 2 weeks away, I did get a very slight headache, because I was moving my head around, because I was like, oh, I'm used to VR, I know my stuff, and I got a slight headache. So I think there is something I was using it a lot, like with you, and I think I was starting to get like a VR head, as in like I was getting used to it, and I could stay longer. There are people say like you can stand longer and longer in it, but because I had been away from it for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I went back in, and I was like spinning my head going like, oh, let's look at this, this is great. I got a headache, and I remember taking it off thinking like, I definitely have a little migraine going on. So that is a thing. Like VR is definitely, it needs to perfect that.
Your eyes need to kind of get used to what's happening each time you're playing.
Like I don't know if you got that when you used it, but because you used it for quite a while. But, but some people just don't get it. Some people get it big time. So I know some people that just can't.
It could also it's the type of game you're playing, like how involved you are in it and stuff.
Also, like that one's pretty graphically intensive, so it looks great. But even on my computer, I think maybe very slightly it was slowing down. And when VR slows down, it really messes with your eyes because it's like it judders.
It judders,
So, but it was pretty good. But I was getting queasiness.
Getting queasy.
But it was good. It was good.
There's a good game I heard of that you can play because it's on PC and I can't play it.
Sure.
It's called Battlegrounds. I don't know if you've heard of this.
Battlegrounds. Oh, it's like end of the world. Is it a little bit like the Hunger Games?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's
I've
like
heard
a Hunger
about
Games system.
It's like number one on Steam, I think.
Yeah, it's like 100 people get dropped in to like whatever a village that's gotten run down. You get dropped in by parachute.
Yeah.
And then it's all for every man for himself.
Yeah.
So you can make alliances or whatever, but you all drop in and like you can kill each other by hand.
Yeah.
Smash each other's head in with a rock.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then it's just like it's the same as Hunger Games. Like it comes up on your little feed, like who's gotten killed.
Yeah.
How they got killed.
Yeah.
And then I think the dynamic they have with their game that makes it different is the world has X amount of time.
Right.
And then it starts getting smaller. And smaller. And like they force you into the middle to finish the game.
Oh, cool.
But it's still like just 100 people in this pretty big map.
Yeah.
So you can decide to play it however you want. Like you could be a little sniper sitting up on a field just waiting for some idiot to run out or whatever.
I wonder if that's free to play or not. So I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, like I just heard of it and thought that is a pretty great game.
Yeah.
Because I've heard like a lot of people saying
there's other ones like World
There's
War.
other ones, but this one's like the top level just because everything in it they learned everything from all the other ones.
Yeah.
And they learned how to have a lot of action but not overly action.
Right.
You've got like a lot of points where you're just sort of listening, like genuinely listening, being like, is there someone walking in the field next to me, and that kind of thing. And you can hear gunshots in the distance. Yeah. But because the map is always getting smaller, you're not on this thing that's going to take 20 hours to finish. Yeah. So it's got like a fairly respectable time frame, and it's still luck based. Like if you parachute, you can choose what time you want to parachute. And if you parachute too late, all the guns are going to be gone. Right. You parachute too early, there's 40 of you guys on a beach beating the shit out of each other trying to get a pistol. And if you don't get one in time, you're dead.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah. So I just think that's definitely, for me, it's going towards that type of game I think is going to be more popular in the future. Of like team-based, we're playing for a long time kind of thing.
It's number one right now. I remember seeing it. Yeah. So it's definitely because there's other games that are similar to it, and they've been out for a while. Yeah. But there is. I remember reading a couple of articles.
It's not like a big publisher.
Yeah. I remember reading a couple of articles about like people saying like why this one's doing it well. Yeah. And all the reasons that you mentioned there, but also people like new, fresh games where it's like because they blow up. Like this game in like 6 months could be so big that people are like, oh, I want something else.
They're sick of it. Yeah.
So. But
that's the good thing of that. I think it's limited to 100. It's always maxed out at 100.
Nice. Yeah.
So you're never going to get a game with like 500 people. You're like, I can't do anything. It's too many people. Yeah. Like those games of Call of Duty where it's like you spawn.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's what I love about those kind of games is like your death is a death. Like you're gone.
Yeah, you're gone. That's it.
You can watch the rest of the match.
You can restart a new game.
But yeah. So it's like, will I run out of here and just go guns blazing like Fast and Furious style, or will I actually stay here? Yeah. I'll wait until I hear a noise, then I'll tuck out. You know.
And I wouldn't mind learning to play that one. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, well, we'll have to look it up actually, because I'm curious to see if it's free to play or whether you have to pay for it. I'm kind of interested if you have to pay for it. I'm more interested in that because free to play, you just get everyone just downloading it. And like you could get just idiots playing it. Whereas if you have to pay at least like $5,
I think you do have to pay like a few bucks.
Yeah. At least that you got a barrier of entry because it's like someone's actually invested money, so they're interested in the game. Whereas
you have to pay because I remember seeing that they'd made $1 million or something profit.
Oh, okay.
And then they'd made like $2 million profit, and then when they made $2 million profit, they gave like a bunch of money to charity.
Oh, nice.
I've never seen that yet. Good so they seem like good guys.
Yeah. Well, I have to look out.
Someone check that out. Battlegrounds.
Battlegrounds.
I don't know if this is probably it ties the line between game and film, but there's the news that Tom Holland, Spider-Man, he got cast as Nathan Drake. The Uncharted dude.
Yeah, super cool. Funny you mention it. I actually got Uncharted 4 2 days ago because I was just interested in playing the single player. And you do play as him when he's a kid.
Version,
I think even like
I think it's 3. They said is like the one where he's a kid.
Yeah, 3 is, and then you do it actually again in 4. Okay, but the picture they're using is him in number 3,
right?
Like where they're showing it next to side by side. That actually seems.
You've played all of them, haven't you?
I played 1 and 2, and so this is actually what I did. I was just telling a friend this. So I played 1 and 2. I didn't play 2 all the way throughout. Jesus, I've got this guy. That was Dustin. Shout out to Dustin for dropping shit. It's basically I've played through. I played through Nathan Drake. I played through
Nathan Drake.
I played through Uncharted 1, and then almost to the end of 2, and then 3 I haven't played at all. So what I did was I just went onto YouTube and I said recap of all 3 of them. So I recap on 1 and 2 because I knew them, and then I figured out the best one. 3, I don't know. Everyone argues that 2. I think everyone argues that 2 and 3 are kind of equal, and then 4 like blows everything away. Right. But 1 was really good for the time. Yeah. But it was more of a technical, impressive game. Like story-wise, it wasn't that great. And then 2, like story and acting got really good. Yeah. And 3, like kind of put both of them together. But
you didn't want to play 3 because you don't like fun.
Honestly, I just don't have the time to play through all of that. So I was like, I'm just gonna. I actually own them because I said on a podcast.
Look, all you got to do is play that and Injustice and Batman. And that indie game you were talking about, and this new Battlegrounds game. That's it. That's all you got to play. Yeah.
That's it. The other day, my friend said to me, "There's a game called For Honor," and he said that he's put 6 days of play into it. 6 days. Crap. So 6 times 24, whatever that is. Yeah. That's how much he's put into it. He's like a big gamer. I'm like, there is no way in hell that I can actually do that. Yeah. Because like. I just couldn't do that. I wouldn't even be able to do it. So that's why I was saying earlier on, I'm like 6-hour games actually suit me. So I got Uncharted and I looked it up after, but I'm going to play it anyway. And I was like, how long is Uncharted? Because you can look up completion, and the average completion of Uncharted is 15 hours. I'm like, that's still a long time. Yeah. But I will. The first 2 hours I played of it, and you do play him as a kid, it just hooked me. I was like, this is really, really good storytelling. Yeah. It's like super interactive. And it just looks the part. It just looks amazing. Yeah. It's like really is like playing Indiana Jones. Yeah, like big time. So I'll definitely play through it, and I'll play through the 15 hours. But I basically YouTubed 1, 2, and 3 because I wanted to make sure like if a character died or if someone double crossed someone, at least I know about it. But I just wasn't going to play through them because if I play through Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 again, like I'll be telling you that at Christmas. So Uncharted 4. I guess it goes back to is it Tom Holland? Is that
Tom Holland?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good casting for it. So
I don't know anything about the game, so I guess that's a good thing.
I think some people.
If you're happy with it, I'm happy with it.
Some people were saying, "Who's the dude from Farscape? The main dude from that?" They were maybe going to cast him as Nathan Drake.
Yeah, you just need that square jawed, flat hair kind of look. Anybody can do that.
So, probably Nicolas Cage and. National treasure. One I had on my list was Zelda. Zelda is coming to the smartphone, so it's coming to the iPhone and Android.
The Breath of the Wild one?
That's not coming to it. It's going to be a Zelda iPhone, like just like a mobile version. But I don't think it's even going to be like run around the worlds. It could be Zelda Jewels, or like a Bejeweled, or I don't know what it's going to be. But just having Zelda as the name is going to be pretty awesome, especially after Breath of the Wild and how well it did. But I think they brought out Mario Run on Android now, and it's been doing really well.
So, like, if it's really successessful, they'll cancel it and take it out of the App Store.
Oh yeah, exactly.
As Nintendo
this is doing really well.
This
is doing really well. Yeah. But I think Like if they're smart, they'll release it on Android and iPhone at the same time. Just go boom, drop the bomb kind of thing.
Yeah.
With Mario, I can understand it was like a debut, and they were like iPhone, and it will come out to Android after. But with Zelda, just having the name Zelda, Android, iPhone, drops, whatever the game is. It could even be a Bejeweled game. It's still going to be good.
Yeah.
But it could be a little roam around game. You never know.
Maybe like they're remaking the old Ocarina of Time. It could be a little version of that.
It could be a 2D scroller like that. But I think that's pretty exciting, and that could make them a good amount of money. So, but yeah. There's another one we talk about Kickstarter, and there's a game on it called Star Citizen. This is a crazy game. So basically, some ex-developers are creating this space sim game, and they want it to be like the most ultimate space simulator. So you can basically get in your spaceship, you can fly to a moon, you can fly to a planet, you can fly to another spacecraft or something, get off, do whatever you want on there. It's like a multiplayer game.
Right.
But anyway, they've got over $150 million in backing on their Kickstarter.
For a game?
Yeah, for a game. $150 million. And it's rising. Like, it's been going for a few years now, and they've got like betas and alphas out there.
Is this going to be like that?
It's basically like, do you remember that No Man's Sky one?
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. It's going to be like that.
It's that on steroids, but an actual good version of that.
$150 million.
Yeah, and it's probably more by now. So that was like 3 weeks ago. So, but the game exists, and they give it to people. Like, we could probably play it right now. Like, if we back them, we can play a version of it. But every couple of months they release a new version. But it just gets more and more crazy, because like No Man's Sky, they showed like where you were in your spacecraft and you were going down to a planet. And like when they showed that, everyone was like, oh, that's pretty cool. This one, they were like, yeah, we've got that too. But as you're going down, you're going through the clouds and you're getting like turbulence and stuff. Yeah. And then you go down, and then there's like a individual rock that you can just like stand on, pick up. He like picks up the rock, puts it on a ship, takes off, and then when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's all CG. It's like, no, this is a real game. I can pause it at any time. Yeah. And it's a crazy game. And then like he flies off, and you see like a space station or something, and you can get on a space station, and it's just like, it's a living space station. It's like Deep Space Nine. People are walking around there. It's not fake or anything. It's like, there's people here, there's people playing. This guy's from Japan, he's doing this, he's trading, you know, and it's just like a nuts game. And then there's like engineers which are fixing ships, and that's all they do. Yeah. They're like, hey, I've got the wheels for your ship, I've got this, I've got that, I'm selling that, I need this because I need a warp drive to go over here. My brother is in this universe. Yeah, it's just like, and then it looks the part as well. And I think people have been asking for VR versions as well. Jesus. But it's just just got to mention it just because it hit the 150 million. So because it hit that. Yeah, like just because. Yeah, that's it. Just a small little game. Yeah, there'll be a lot of people that know about it. So
how much is the budget for a regular game? Like a Halo 7?
I really don't know. You just mentioned Halo. Is that Microsoft, because E3 is coming up soon? Oh yeah. Microsoft mentioned that Halo 6 won't be at E3, which is really interesting. A lot of people thought with the Scorpio they'll show off like a new Halo and be like, hey, it's going to be 4K and all that lot. But what they did say is they're going to really show off like new games, new exclusives. So I wanted to note that one down just because I think a lot of people are expecting to see it. When's E3 again? I think it's like 12th of June. Okay. Like that's when some of the conferences start. So
because we'll be live streaming
real soon. Yeah. Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox have all done their official schedules, so we'll know them all. Nice. So Nintendo have said that they're going to show off loads of Mario, like the new Mario, and new games. So Nick will be happy about that. I've got one of our friends at work. He's finished Zelda. I'm like, oh, you finished Zelda? What are you playing now? He's like, I don't know, I'm waiting for Mario. I'm like, well, you're going to be waiting till Christmas, mate. No, apparently the Switch is doing very well, though. It's just sold out. Like, they didn't do a very good job of getting the units out to the shops.
As long as it's not on the shelves, Nintendo are happy. That's all they care about.
That's what they do.
They don't want any of their products or games to be sold anywhere to anybody.
But yeah, it'll be interesting because, we're going to live stream it, but there won't be any Halo 6, so there'll be new games, which will be cool. The good thing of that is that out of all the conferences that we watch, Xbox might be the most exciting one because we're going to see fresh new games. We're going to be like, oh,
yeah, you can't
I didn't know they had that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Whereas PlayStation, I'm going to be like, okay, God of War's coming up here, and this game's coming up here, this one, and then Nintendo, oh, here's Mario, here's the Xbox could have their most exciting show. Here's our new console.
Could have Mario. Here's that, you never know. They could surprise everybody, scare the shit out of Nintendo.
That would be mental.
We've got Mario. Bet you didn't see that coming.
It's just a JPEG, but
Scorpio!
we've got it. So. Well, yeah, also going on to that, so do you know Destiny? Do you know the game Destiny?
I know of it, yeah.
So Destiny 2 got revealed last week.
Okay.
So it's just bigger, better, more maps, better graphics. The cool thing with it...
exclusive?
No, but the cool thing with it is that Destiny 1 wasn't on PC, but Destiny 2 is.
Okay.
So if you've got like a really souped up PC, you can run it really nicely.
I do.
And
it belongs
looks
to
awesome.
you, but I haven't.
But we have it, yeah. We can run it. Nice, crisp graphics. But this is an interesting thing that came out of it. Destiny 2 on PlayStation Pro, the new PlayStation, it doesn't run in 4K. Like, the system is like a 4K system.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because it's not powerful enough. So they're like, oh, sorry, the graphics card's good, but the CPU like just doesn't run our game. Like, our game's so powerful.
Just cries in the corner when you ask it to play it. Yeah.
So now I'm asking myself, I wonder at E3 if they say, hey, Scorpio, it runs Destiny 2 in 4K. Yeah. And this is where Microsoft can actually start to take some jabs, you know, like...
when we say 4K, we mean it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so it's like, oh, PlayStation Pro can't do 4K on Destiny 2. We can, and it's out at Christmas.
Yeah.
You know. So this is like, now we're starting to see... Like,
and Mario.
Yeah, and Mario. Take it off the shelves. So, but the cool thing with the PC one is if you've got a powerful PC, you can run it in 4K.
Yeah.
But so I'll be interested to see if Scorpio, like, they release their console at E3 and then they say Destiny 2, we'll be live streaming it. So when we say Destiny 2, whether they go in 4K, that could be a big thing for the show, because everyone will be like, oh, okay, you know.
Yeah.
And then now they're like, okay, there's a clear divide. PlayStation 4 can't do it. They can. And then moving forward from there, they'll be like, oh, and we've got this game in 4K. And
it's
we've
all
got this
kicking
game
off.
and
people
4K.
Ripping up chairs, throwing Molotov cocktails.
Pretty much, man. That's what...
you said it was 4K PlayStation. You lied.
Man, they're crazy, man. It's like Kirk Douglas with... Kirk Douglas. What's that saying?
Kirk Douglas. Father of Michael Douglas, star of Spartacus. I was going to keep screwing your head up. You don't know. I need the people I'm saying. Kirk Douglas is nearly 100 years old now.
I know.
Great old actor.
Bloody licks it. We'll go back to it.
We'll get back to it.
I just threw a spanner there. Kirk Douglas.
Threw a spanner in your own head there. I was like, I'm just sitting here. I didn't do that one.
And then the last one I've got here is Assassin's Creed. So Assassin's Creed usually comes out every year. The movie. Not never, actually. I had the chance to on the weekend, and I was like, nah, I want to watch... we watched Old School instead.
Oh,
with Will Ferrell, which is hilarious.
I love you, Blue.
Oh, yeah. We're going streaking.
We're going streaking to the quad.
Anyway, Assassin's Creed didn't come out last year, but there was one the year before, and it was set in London. But this year's got leaked. Seems pretty interesting. It looks like it's going to be in the Egyptian times.
Okay.
You're playing a woman and you've got a bow and arrow. So they're probably taking page out of Horizon's book. But it looks, from the leaked screenshot, it looks pretty awesome. But that's going to be revealed, I think, at E3.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are looking forward to it because they skipped a year. So they've actually spent some time on the game.
Right.
Whereas a lot of people, they're just like, oh, every year there's an Assassin's Creed.
You're just skinning up a new version.
So the screenshot got like this woman with the bow and arrow, and she's on a boat, but you can see like the pyramids in the distance. Yeah. So it could be cool. Kind of looking forward to that. Yeah. That was pretty much it for the gaming news.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to playing Injustice. That should be fun.
I think that's going to be super fun, man. It's supposed to be a solid game. And then we'll do like a little... I think I was wondering how we're going to do this, and I think I won't play it, like I've got it on my PS4. I won't play it.
Right.
And you and I will literally just select a character without playing the game.
Okay.
Because then I won't be like, oh, you have to, do like this kind of move to pull off a special or whatever. If you don't know how to do it and I don't know how to do it, I think it's better. Yeah. And then maybe we'll do another round where we've actually learned a move or two. But usually with those games, if you just like button smash, something happens.
Yeah.
So
you figure it out eventually.
It'll be fun. So yeah. Movies, man. Movies. What do we miss?
It's a crap ton of stuff. Let's just rush through it. You stop me if there's anything you give a crap about on this list. The Rockstar shooting Rampage the movie. Nope, doesn't care. There was a trailer for The Dark Tower. Nope, doesn't care. There was a trailer for The Defenders.
I like that Idris is in that.
Idris is in there, yeah. But we haven't read the books. We don't know anything about it.
I don't know too much about it. It looks okay.
Idris is in it. McConaughey's in it. Might be alright.
Yeah.
Defenders trailer. Did you watch that?
No, I didn't.
No, moving on.
Okay.
Spider-Man had a trailer. I didn't watch it.
I saw it.
Blade Runner had a trailer. I didn't watch it.
I saw the Spider-Man one.
Dunkirk had a trailer. I didn't watch it.
Jesus.
We gotta get through this. There's a lot of news to get through.
Okay, all right.
You watched the Spider-Man one?
I just saw it before Guardians, and I wasn't too keen on the cut for it. So
wait, oh yeah, okay.
But it was literally just the cut.
Judge Dredd Mega City 1 TV series.
Didn't even know it
existed. I didn't hear that.
Didn't even know it existed.
No one's quite sure what's going on with that because
I absolutely loved that.
Yeah, new Dredd with Carl Urban.
Yeah, that was great.
He was great in that, but they don't know if he's going to be in Mega City 1 the show.
Okay,
and they don't know if it's going to be Dredd like the whole way through because I think it's just called Mega City 1.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's called Judge Dredd Mega City 1.
Okay,
I should probably research it before I bring it up.
Yeah.
But if it's Judge Dredd, then like he's there every week.
Yeah.
But then it's just going to be the same show every week.
Interesting.
He gets into a bit of trouble. He kills everybody.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
But if it's like going around talking to the other judges that were there, that'd be cool. And then there's also the issue of like the budget. Like, can it look good on a TV budget?
Right.
Because like a TV budget, you can't have a new set every week. You have to have like a set you go back to. Like the Enterprise has the bridge.
Yeah.
And you know, you can't have a brand new thing every time.
Yeah, I guess so.
So it might be like a cop show where they'll have the
headquarters. They'll have them all in the gear.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then they're dealing with crimes and stuff.
It
could be pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a reboot of Hellboy coming.
Yeah. Is that a movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've actually got it down here, and it's the sheriff from Stranger Things.
That's the one. Yeah.
I got that one down.
The shitty CIA guy from Suicide Squad as well.
Yeah, that one as well.
I don't know how I feel about that because it's not going to be Guillermo del Toro.
It's not. No. Right. Okay. Yeah, he kind of made those films, to be honest. Yeah. Especially number 2. Number 2 really stands out to me.
Yeah.
But I do like who they're putting for the actor.
Yeah, it could be good. So. And I know Mike Mignola, the guy who did the comics, he's on board. He's supporting it, so it looks fine.
Right.
But I know that Del Toro wanted to be a part of it, and then there was I can't remember his name now. The original guy who played him, guy from Sons of Anarchy.
Ron Perlman?
Ron Perlman, that's it. He's not going to be part of it. I'm so
bad with names, but I'm glad I got that one.
You got that one.
The only reason why I got that one is because I read this morning that he's not going to be in Pacific Rim 2.
Star Trek Discovery had a trailer. Did you watch it?
Need to talk about that very quickly.
All right, we're on to that. That's the one he's got.
Didn't like it.
No.
Didn't like it. You know what? You know what was really funny? Because one of the ones I've got down here.
The character's name is Michael.
I didn't really pay too much attention to it. Just
the girl's name is Michael.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I watched before it? I watched all.
I'm not saying girls can be named whatever you want. It's a stupid name to name a Vulcan.
Good old Michael.
Michael.
I watched the Orville trailer before. And
with Seth MacFarlane,
which I think looks great.
Yeah,
like it looks like Next Generation, but a comedy.
Yeah,
you know? Like everything about it. Just I loved.
Yeah.
Then I watched the Star Trek trailer because I think it got leaked or something. It was like when it got leaked.
Right.
So I did actually watch like the blurry version first.
It's kind of hard to get it because it's only on American CBS. Well, they won't let it go up on YouTube.
So this is the thing that really confused me. I was talking to my mate. I saw 2 different trailers. I saw one that said that it's coming to Netflix, and I saw another one where it was CBS.
It's doing both, yeah.
So is that because of in the US it's CBS?
In the US it's CBS.
And then Netflix got everywhere
CBS are starting their own kind of Netflix service in the US.
Right.
But global, it's going to go to Netflix.
Oh, so it's going to Netflix. Yeah. That's a big win for Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
So I just hope it's good.
It looks good.
I'm
not excited about it.
I'm not excited about it. It could just be the cut of the.
I just wanted it. It's set 10 years before.
It is, yeah.
Before Kirk, before Spock.
Yeah.
There's Discovery. I'm like, who gives a shit?
I know.
Star Trek is about progress and the future and where humanity will go. They've
done the prequel thing too much as well.
Way too much because they've done Enterprise.
Yeah.
And this is going to take place.
That didn't go down well either.
Yeah, this is going to take place between Enterprise.
Yeah.
And Kirk.
Yeah.
I'm like, just go forward. Go past Voyager.
Yeah.
Do Star Trek.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to have better special effects, better technology, better crew, better equipment, better makeup.
That's what people want to see.
Than the original.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're just going to look stupid because that show Orville is going to come out. And that show is going to make fun of all the original Trek things. Like, he's going to make out with a green girl and all that kind of stupidity.
Yeah.
So just do Star Trek. Go forward.
Yeah.
That's what bugs me.
Orville almost played
That's what Trek's all about, going forward.
No, it totally
being
is.
better.
Like, whenever I watch, especially Voyager and everything, it was like, who's coming through that wormhole? And what's happening here?
The new guys.
Yeah, whereas Discovery, it's just like...
Klingons.
Yeah.
Like, I know what happens with the Klingons. I know about the Kitamura Accords.
I had to look up the Klingon thing because they look so different.
Such a nerd now.
And apparently the Klingons are like, they're like the old version of them, and they're very super religious old version of Klingons before they...
But it's also, they look like the movie version.
Yeah,
the new movie version.
Yeah, linking it in with
so that. Then you're going to have people like, is that the Kirk from the movie, or is it the Kirk from the 60s?
Yeah.
You know?
And then there's gonna be the whole, I guess Vulcan's still around because in one of the new movies is blew it up.
Yeah, Vulcan's fine because it's still the Star Trek timeline.
Yeah.
Which you're giving yourself a headache.
Yeah, I totally agree. They should go in the future because if they did it, I don't know, when was the last time Voyager was on? 15 years ago? And they had good special effects and everything going on there. It's like they don't have anything to be worried about. They can pull it off. Yeah. Just go in the future because then you can honor and talk about like Voyager and Captain Janeway and stuff. Whereas now it's just like,
I don't understand what the appeal of it is. That's the thing. Like, why was somebody sitting there and be like, oh, we should go back? It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you going back?
Especially when they did the last time they did a series of Star Trek, it was Enterprise.
Yeah. And when they went right the way back it's like, we've discovered Warp 2.
And it got the poorest reception out of all of them. Yeah. So it didn't last.
And for a lot of the same reasons of like the tech looks better, you know, the timeline doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
When was this ship built?
Yeah,
Trek fans are like very into that. They are. Like how did Scotty do this?
You got Star Wars is what? How many Star Wars films are there? 9 or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah.
How many are there?
It's eight now.
But how many blooming Star Trek series are there with all of them together? There's hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah, hundreds of hours of material. And people like know Klingon.
They know Klingon is books. They know the tricorder. If you press that button, they know what it does.
Yeah.
You know? So now in this new one, they're like, oh, that tricorder.
Yeah.
Why does it look better than it does in Voyager?
Yeah, it's just stupid to...
And
take a show that's designed to be about the best of humanity going forward. I mean, like, we'll go back to when they were fighting Klingons.
Yeah.
It's like, that.
I
know what happens.
The only thing I liked visually, but they've done it again, was seeing them in the spacesuits, because the spacesuit that they're in, it looks like the new NASA spacesuit. They might have worked in NASA or they might have taken it. But NASA actually had, like, last year they had a competition where they were like, design the look of our new spacesuit. Yeah. And it looks kind of super funky. It basically looks like what's in the Star Trek film. Yeah. So I kind of like that because I'm like, oh, that spacesuit actually exists now. Yeah. So I like that link and I like the look of it. It's like Star Trek. It's still a spacesuit, whereas all the other Star Treks are pretty much just like they've got, I don't know, when they're on a planet they're fine.
Yeah, they just walk around. Yeah.
So I like that part of it, but that's just a small visual thing. So yeah, that definitely stuck out to me. And then, but Orville, I just loved. I was laughing. Good. I was laughing. It was like, what was that scene where it is like, I heard you guys, what was it? You don't have any females or whatever on your planet. And then he goes, I guess you don't have any fights over who leaves the toilet seat up. And he was like, we only pee once. Yeah. Once a year. He's like, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. I pee like 3 times a night. Or something like that. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, it was good.
But the only problem I have with Orville, not a problem, but my worry with Orville is Seth MacFarlane's shows usually start pretty good and then kind of like get samey.
Someone said the exact same thing to me. So he said, like, I think it'll get...
Like Family Guy's great and then it's the same.
Someone said the exact same thing. Exactly the same thing. It was like, it's going to be like, the first season's going to be great, but I'm really going to tune into season 2. Like, I feel like it's just like, boom, that's it. Actually, when I was playing the trailer, I was playing it at work, someone just thought it was a film. Maybe they should have just done a film. Yeah. Because it is a TV series, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a TV series. It's on Fox.
Maybe they should have just done a film. I don't know. But but it's funny because I watched that, then the Star Trek Discovery, and I preferred that to it. Yeah. So, like, I replayed that.
Like, it's really hard, I think, to write a TV show like that and keep it consistently funny.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Dealing with special effects and costumes and all. It's like you're just adding to your problems.
Unless they pull off like The Office and they just do 2 or 3 seasons, it's hilarious, but they just keep it at 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah. That's it. It's done.
Yeah. Do the exact opposite of every show in America forever.
Yeah. Not going to happen.
The other big news, which is big news this week, is Venom got a movie.
Yeah.
Sony released it.
I didn't put it down, but it was definitely in my head.
It's just more bullshit from Sony. They're making a Venom movie.
Yeah. Because they really messed it up in the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I was so annoyed when they chose to put him in it. I'm like, you should have just done it on a separate reboot. But it's so...
And
I don't know too much about it.
Tom
Hardy's going to be it. That's the big reveal. But it's actually a Venom movie. It's not Spider-Man.
It's not Spider-Man. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're not getting Spider-Man's rights, or they're going to leave it with Marvel or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're like, well, we're keeping Venom and we're going to do Venom.
Yeah. So how are they going to spin that off? Because Venom's a bad guy, right?
Right. The way I think it is I don't think it's going to be original Venom story. The original Venom story they did in Spider-Man 3. Yeah. They did shit, but that's the story of this black goo comes from space. Yeah. In the comic, it came because of J. Jonah Jameson's son and a space shuttle and a werewolf, and it's bullshit. Right. As all comics are. But what they did with... what happened then is then it gets linked with Spider-Man. Spider-Man has during the Secret Wars campaign. All of this makes no sense to you now. He has the suit, makes him more powerful, stronger, but he realizes it's alive. It's making him violent, making him beat the crap out of people. Yeah. It's like Jimmy on steroids, beating up his girlfriend with his crutches. Right. And he eventually gets rid of it, and it merges with Eddie Brock, who's another reporter at the Daily Bugle. Okay. Brock hates Spider-Man, and the Venom symbiote hates Spider-Man, so they become Venom together. Right. So then they we hate Spider-Man. He's not a bad guy. He only hates Spider-Man. Okay. Like he's like Punisher. Right. He fights bad guys, but he'll kill. Okay. And then the rest of the time he's like, I'm going to kick the shit out of Spider-Man.
So is the film going to have Spider-Man in it?
I don't think the film's going to take that version. Yeah. Because there's a later version with Flash Thompson. Okay. Who was actually the bully in Spider-Man school. Okay. Because everyone has to have a story. Sure. Yeah. He joins the military and they give him the Venom symbiote. Yeah. Because I don't know if Brock dies. I can't remember the exact story. But they get the symbiote off Brock. Okay. And they say, okay, you could bond with this, but I think it's like maybe 1 or 2 days, like 48 hours. Right. Like if you're on it for more than 48 hours, it'll take you over. Right. But we could send you out on the craziest, most dangerous missions because you're going to be bulletproof, you're going to have Spider-Man powers, and you've got guns. So I think that's the way they're going to go. I think like for me, Tom Hardy makes a better Navy SEAL off doing like a Black Ops kind of mission than like reporter at the newspaper. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think Flash Thompson's version's the way they're going to go. Right. Which, if they do it like that and they have him doing some weird, crazy military escapades, and then like he gets in an accident and they're like, well, you know, like a Deadpool scenario. Yeah. Well, we can give you this thing. It might drive you a bit crazy, and it's also like Suicide Squad because they have a bomb on him in case Venom does take over. So if it goes past 48 hours, they're like, well, we're blowing you up. Yeah. Because this thing is lethal. Like we're not taking chances. So it's like a Suicide Squad and a Deadpool. Interesting. And then it's obviously Spider-Man powers. So
it could be basically like they could have it that he tells a story and it goes through all of that, but maybe Spider-Man is in it, but not in just in the background kind of thing. Maybe he's doing his stuff in the city, but he's not being.
They might mention him in the newspapers.
And in the end of Venom, it fully takes him over, and he's, and then something happens. Like maybe he's falling in love with someone, and Spider-Man like doesn't save someone from a building, and the building kills his love or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it could be Venom's story. Spider-Man might be very, very slightly... Like, we know that he exists in that universe. Yeah. He's in the city. You might see him, like, fling by every now and again. Yeah, but maybe he does something to really rattle Venom or something.
I don't know if they're going to make him part of the story. I just like that version of Flash Thompson's stories better. Yeah. Because he's a veteran. I'm not sure if... his legs are cut off. Oh, shit. He loses his legs in the war, and that's how they get him on. They say, if you put the suit on, the Venom suit, you can walk again.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So, like, when he puts it on, he's like big, good, and toting guy. He looks like a soldier kind of thing because he has like packs and packages and all that. Yeah. But it's the Venom thing, and it's black, and like when he gets shot, it spits the bullets out and all that. Right. So I think that's like a much cooler story. Yeah. And I think that's what Tom Hardy would sign on for.
I can see that better as well.
The only other issue I have with it though is the director is Ruben Fleischer. Okay. Right. He did Zombieland. Yeah. Which is great. Yeah. But that's about it. Like he did that, then he did 30 Minutes or Less again with Jesse Eisenberg. Right. And did something else.
I've not seen it, but
like he's not like a super great director or something.
Yeah. Interesting.
Why is he getting it?
Maybe he needs the chance. So
yeah.
Maybe he's shown some potential somewhere else, or they know that he's got something up his sleeve.
Oh, Gangsterland. That was the last film he did.
Gangsterland.
Gangsterland with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, yeah.
I haven't seen it. I heard it's alright.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. So. But that was the last thing he did like a few years ago.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing too much then.
No. So I'm just interested to think, like, where did he get how did he get the gig, basically?
Yeah.
Like, he's not in the superhero area.
Yeah.
And he hasn't worked with Tom Hardy, so Tom didn't put in a good word.
Yeah.
So it's like you get this guy who's known for doing mostly comedies. I haven't seen Gangsterland, like I said. But like Zombieland and all that.
Yeah.
And then you get Tom Hardy, who's like hardcore, like full on, like And then they're making Venom. I'm like, which way are they going to go on this? I want to go the paraplegic Iraq veteran who's fighting for his life and then gets offered a chance to do some good.
Yeah.
Or are they going to go the other route, which is Eddie Brock being like, I really hate Peter Parker. He gets all the best photos of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Shit.
So that's the other big news. The last thing I'm going to bring up is to show the integrity of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And how much people can trust that we will stick by what we believe and only talk about what we want to talk about. Here's a little story for everybody. You might have heard of a little movie coming out lately. It was called King Arthur.
Oh, yeah.
Battle of the Legend of the Sword.
Yeah.
Alex could have gone and saw that.
Oh, yes.
Premiere. And like come here and he could have done a special advanced screening like review of the movie. But before this movie came out, we were shitting all over it. We're saying it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Don't have anything to do with it. Alex put his fucking money where his mouth is. He had 2 tickets to the red carpet premiere. Did you go?
I did not go. No.
And who was at it?
Charlie Sheen, is it?
Charlie Sheen was there, yeah.
Yeah, he was there.
Charlie Hunnam
I was going to say.
and Guy Ritchie were both there.
Yeah, they were both there doing
like,
Q&A after.
I don't give a shit.
I know.
And you didn't go?
Honestly, like it just...
I was so proud of you.
I know, but I sound so old. I was like, it was going to be a late night, you know, because I don't live in Toronto, so I was like, it would have been like a 2 a.m. night, like I would have got home kind of thing, because it was a late showing and stuff, and then you stick around for the Q&A. I ended up giving it to a mate, but he was like, yeah, the Q&A happened, but apparently like dragged on, and he didn't get out of there until like 12 or something. So I was thinking more about that, but in my mind I was like, yeah, I can go and see this film. I'm seeing it for free, but a cinema ticket's $10 now anyway. So I was like, I can see it, but I'm not interested in the film. So now that you give me a free ticket, I'm still not interested. That's just how much I was against it.
That's integrity. You couldn't get bought off. So anybody down the line being like, these 2 assholes haven't stopped bitching about our movie. Yeah, we'll give them a free pass and they'll go see it, and then they'll give a good review. Be like, no, we won't.
Funny thing is,
we don't give a shit.
I think if it was earlier, I would have gone. Just shows my old manness.
That's true.
If it was earlier, I probably would have gone and been like, didn't really like it.
They had some hard candies, you would have gone. Some sucky sweets.
Exactly. Yeah. But I have been hearing about it. I have been hearing about it. Good old pillow and blanket. Bring them to the cinema everywhere.
I've heard it's shit.
So I've heard it's not very good. However, the wife looked it up yesterday, and the IMDb was like 7 point something.
I never trust IMDb.
I know you're not an IMDb guy,
but I don't trust it the first couple of weeks after, because it's all.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because the studio just pay everyone to click 10 stars.
I guess so.
People are giving like movies 10 stars before it's released. I'm like, how is this getting 5,000 10 stars?
That's why I like Metacritic and things like that. You get like the user's review, and then you also get.
It's also like IMDb's fine after 6 months.
Yeah.
Because after 6 months, it's out on DVD, it's out on Blu-ray, it's out on the internet, and then everyone started being like, okay, the fanatics and the people that got paid, they all just, it levels out.
Yeah.
Like how many people, like that's the thing, like people will go and see Amazing Spider-Man 2, 10 stars. It's like, no. Just no. I don't even care if you like it. Yeah. It's not a perfect 10 out of 10 movie. I
find that it's not that bad. Like I do use IMDb a lot, but I find it definitely levels out, like you say. But that one, I don't know. Like it's been out for 2 weeks now.
Nah.
I just thought it would have been
lower.
Months. So we'll definitely check back. It's got David Beckham in it.
It's got Beckham.
So that was because the reason why I know that is because after the Anthony fight, David Beckham posted on his Instagram. And
congratulations,
congrats, champ, whatever. And I was like, is that just casually David Beckham just saying congratulations? So I clicked on it, and one of his photos was he's got like a scar across his head for the film. And then they did up his nose. But weren't you saying that like he didn't play it very convincingly because of his voice?
Yeah, because it's just David Beckham. All right.
He's like a king's guard.
He's
a
like, king's guard.
All right, mate. Yeah, you
guys can't go in there.
You want to back off, please?
Hey, calm down. King's coming.
Yeah.
That was more Liverpool.
But yeah, you're completely right. I did not go see that, and I had free tickets, and I could have talked to.
There we go.
Everyone. But
there is a movie you did go and see, though.
Yes.
What was the movie you did go and see?
It was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Gardens of the Galaxy.
Gardens. I saw it
Guardians.
twice. Saw it twice as well.
Gardens. Yeah, you saw it twice.
I saw Gardens.
I only wanted to see it once, and that was it. I never want to see it again. Nah, I'm only joking.
Damn.
So our typical review is going to be full of spoilers.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, don't listen. It's been out a week, so you should see it by now.
It's been out 3 weeks.
So
yeah,
I'm so sick of lost track of time.
I saw it 2 days ago for the second time. And
and
then I was saying to my wife, I was like, did we see this last week? I was like, are we seeing it already? And then she was like, no, we saw it the week after because last week was Jono's. So
I'm going to go see it tonight. So. I'm going to end this podcast. I'm going to go see it tonight. Screw you.
I'm Mary Poppins.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
That's good. Oh, that was so good.
Full spoilers for the whole thing because it's been out a couple of weeks.
What did you think? Like walking in, what were you saw it in Ireland, so you saw it in some kind of different cinema, didn't you? In Ireland, why you don't have walls in the cinema?
No, they just project it onto the screen by a guy rotating the box.
Imagine someone called Drax.
4 homeless Irish kids who have to do all the voices.
All the voices, yeah.
I'm Groot. That's what they do. They just do that for the whole thing. It's great. I went in. I don't know if I had high expectations, as in I didn't want to get my expectations up.
Yeah.
But like I hadn't watched any of the trailers. I saw like the first trailer.
Yeah.
And then I watched it, and then it was like I predicted. I didn't predict it, but it was James Gunn had cut that trailer to only show the first few minutes of the movie.
Sure.
So that whole battle with the big squid thing.
Yeah.
That was the original trailer.
Yeah.
Like Drax
and it was the first 5 minutes.
So I didn't. Nothing else that happened was like, oh,
that's great.
Oh, this stupid thing.
Yeah, that was great.
Even though like the bomb was in the trailer.
Yes.
You're not expecting it. Completely out of my head till he brings it up and he's like, okay, now the bomb has a 5-minute time. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah, totally. That was funny actually because when that bomb bit did come up, I was kind of like, I knew I'd seen the trailer so many times. Yeah. I actually remember looking around the cinema thinking like,
how many people have seen it?
Do that? Yeah. And then actually surprising a lot of people.
A few people laughed.
Yeah.
It's always weird when it's like, have you guys not seen the trailer?
Yeah, no. And
you guys aren't real fans. Get out. DC lovers.
A lot of the time, no, because even before it, they played the Thor trailer, and the thing I like about the Thor trailer is at the end where he's like, "It's a friend from work."
Yeah,
So whenever that comes up, I've seen it so often. I looked up and I'm like looking at the cinema. And like, he's a friend from work.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, "Oh, that's amazing." And I'm like, yep, seen that. But
seen it, you idiots. I'm
just before we go into Guardians, quickly, I wrote it down. This is the thing I wrote down mid podcast.
Right,
is that I've got to take back what I said about Thor. Because I've seen it now twice with Guardians and I watched it once before. 2 things. I was wrong about the music. I totally was. Because it's stuck in my head all weekend.
Can't go wrong
with
Zeppelin.
It was great music. So I don't know what happened to me.
They paid a lot of money for that Zeppelin, I think.
Just the trailer actually looks great. Like I'm really excited for the film. Like, and again, it might, maybe, I don't know, it was just the cut or I needed to see it twice. But I've been watching it like again and again, that trailer, especially with the music, and completely take back what I said. Like I still think it could be cut just a little better.
That hammer gets cut.
It's good. It's very good. I don't know what came over me, but just must have been in a bad mood. I hate fun. Yeah,
you're a prick.
But anyway, when that comes up and he's winding down with the rope at the beginning or whatever, I'm like, I'm looking forward to this.
This is happening.
Yeah. But yeah, Guardians. Awesome, man. Like, what else?
I was like saying, I didn't go in with the expectations of it, so I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I do want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I think it just a little, not that it went too fast, but it's like, it was such fun. It was just a fun movie that I'm like, I just want to take it in again. I just want to have that, like, oh, I know what's going to happen, so I can pace myself.
Totally, yeah.
I think a lot of the moments were really solid. They hit a lot of great things. Kind of too many jokes.
I agree. I think...
And too many jokes. It didn't quite hit the heights of the first one. And I was really concerned about how they didn't tie it in with the rest of the universe. Yeah. There was nothing. Except for like those after credit trailers or whatever. Yeah.
My number one
Which is why it took so long for us to do this podcast, because we've just finished watching.
We just finished watching all 5 of them. Yeah. I think there was 5. I think if there was 5, because I read there was 5.
6.
I think I missed one then. I must have missed one.
I thought it was 6.
We can go over them at the end.
Whatever you can remember,
which one? Because I actually only remember 3 or 4.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I still think the only problem with it is Guardians 1 exists.
Yeah.
If Guardians 1 didn't exist, you'd be like, this is great.
Here's the thing. Guardians 1 kind of came out of nowhere. We talked about it on another podcast, whereas a lot of people thought it was probably going to fail because they were like, no one knows Guardians. People know Thor, people know Spider-Man, people know Iron Man. So Guardians came out of nowhere, but they had the cast, they had the comedy, and they had the look and feel, like the space and everything. It's just in right now. So that came out of nowhere, and it was like, wow, this is an awesome film, you know? Whereas number 2 could never recreate that because it's a sequel. Yeah. So I wasn't concerned about that. My biggest concern was they didn't really add to the universe, the story. Yeah. Like, they didn't add to it really at all, apart from who his dad was and the fact that he was, like, his dad was, like, this god. Yeah. And the way they portrayed him as this big figure. I thought that kind of went nicely with Doctor Strange, I keep forgetting the guy's name. Dormammu. Yeah. So I linked those two. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So they've shown this big god guy in this film and another one in another film. Yeah. And then eventually
they can make a big
Infinity War is going to be another one of those guys. Yeah. But so I like that. But apart from that, it was almost like a standalone film, you know, like it was doing its own thing. Because I thought maybe
it was so popular the first time they just said do what you want.
Yeah, but I'm not. But I still loved it, and I thought there was one too many jokes in it. That you could almost categorize it under a comedy before action. You know,
for sure.
But saying all that, I absolutely loved it. I watched it again 2 days ago, and when I watched it again 2 days ago, the time just flew by like a switch. No, the time flew by. And I loved every single second of it. I laughed at all the same jokes just as hard. Yeah. And I was never bored. I was watching it again 2 weeks after, and I wasn't bored. I wasn't even like, oh, this is like a slow moment. Yeah, or whatever. I was just like, this is awesome.
Yeah, the pacing in it's great.
So, like, I almost feel like I want to hate on it more for being like not telling the story. And like not adding to the Marvel story more, but I just loved it. I just thought it was great.
As
like,
its own thing, it's
if
great,
someone put it on right now, I'd stay here and I'd watch it again. You know, whereas other films, I'll be like, you know, I'll watch it later. You know, whatever. But that one,
I've seen it. Yeah,
it's just entertainment all the way through. It's got comedy all the way through. Yeah. Now I'm thinking about just add too much comedy.
I think it was just that it's comedy. It was sometimes afraid to just be dramatic or sad.
I agree. Yeah,
it's like I had to make a joke. It's like it's all right. You can just let this be a moment. Yeah, I remember
and they did that towards
the end, and the end was like really powerful for me. Yeah, that again it was James Gunn picks the perfect song.
The one thing that I was surprised with the end there was I didn't think the audience had such a connection with Yondu. Yeah, I think he's great. I love the actor, and I know him from Walking Dead, so I had that. I already had that connection. Yeah, but I didn't see it from the first film. I think it kind of jumped a little bit
into this one.
But because they pulled it off so well at the end, I think it did a really good job. But like towards the end,
they kind of layered it into especially this one with the fireworks. It was like, he took care of me because he knew Ego was killing the other kids.
Yeah, and there was a
but it was definitely like that was not in the first one at all.
It wasn't, no, because in the first one it's like, you know, they even joked about it in the second one, saying like we're gonna eat you, boy, and stuff like that, you know, but there was one thing in the second film, where his dad is like sucking the life out of him, using him as a battery or whatever, and he flashes before him like, oh no, Yondu says to him, use your heart, or whatever.
I fight my heart.
Yeah, and then you see him do the flashes, and one of the flashes I thought was super important. I only saw it the second time.
The gun.
Him and Yondu, you know, and I was like, they need to show a bit more of that. Yeah, they need to show a bit more of like him up, bringing him up, you know. They did hit on it saying like, you always stick up for him and all that, but I think they needed to hit on that just a tad more.
But I think what worked for me for the ending was that wasn't the story. There was two different sad moments. It was sad for Peter because he realized he'd lost his real dad.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the thing of, like he says, like we never realized it, and he doesn't realize it till it's too late.
Yeah.
And then the sad part for Yondu is he was doing the right thing. Yeah. And no one remembered him. And then the Ravagers all turn up.
Yeah.
And they give him a sending off. Yeah. And it's just like, they're two different things. But they connect at the same moment. So for Peter it was like, goodbye to my real dad. Yeah. And he's like, shit, I never realized that until now. Yeah. And then for Yondu it was like, he got his reward. He got recognized by the Ravagers. Yeah. That bit is that was the best bit. Yeah. Where they all come up with Stallone. Like Stallone was great because he didn't do anything. Yeah. He just fucking turned up, said his fucking lines, and fucked off. Yeah. He's like, just do your job, Stallone. I know you've got an Oscar for your writing, but you haven't written anything great in 40 years.
Go back to Creed 2.
Go back to Creed 2. Yeah. Like that's the thing. When he turns up and just does what other people ask him to do, he's good. Yeah. Like Creed, he's good in Creed because he wasn't the writer. Right. Somebody else wrote it and just said, you just do this, it'll be great. And he's like, yeah, okay. And that's I love that final bit. And it's
that was really
Cat Stevens playing and all that.
The only other thing, and I'm not seeing it as a negative, but I also thought it ended quite abruptly. Like, actually, after those fireworks, pretty much the film ended.
That's over, yeah.
Because it went.
Yeah, it ends on Rocket.
It ends on Rocket, and I don't think that's a bad thing because you don't want it to drag on. But I was, when that kind of cut there, when it cut, I was like, oh, okay, we're done. I wasn't like disappointed. I was like, this is an excellent film. But I was expecting just maybe a little bit more. But maybe the 5 post-credit things kind of helped that or did that. Because right after that was the guy with the arrow. Yeah. Which was hilarious.
Well, and also we can't keep bitching about it, or else we're going to lose our Marvel fanboy status. We gotta talk about it good. We can't talk bad things about it anymore.
Of course not. No. Oh, one thing I meant to bring it in with me, but Drax's laugh, like, it's just amazing. Yeah, it's just like, especially with the whole embarrassing stories, But his deep laugh. Every time he laughed, the whole cinema were laughing. They were just like, "Oh my god, this guy's hilarious!" Yeah, it's just like. And then his whole thing with Mantis, she's hideous. And then I think the ending, that's one of the last lines. I texted you it last night or the night before. Yeah, it was like,
"You're beautiful."
Oh yeah, you're beautiful because the fireworks going off.
Yeah, she's saying it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, and he goes, "And so are you." On the inside, it's like, you're just like, oh my god, like this guy is. They did such a good job with the humor. And the characters is like, if Drax wasn't in the next one, I'd be like, fuck, why isn't he in it? Yeah. If Chris Pratt wasn't in it, if Raccoon or Groot.
That's a thing they've talked about though, is they might not be in it.
Who?
That the Guardians team will change.
Oh yeah.
In the third one.
Interesting.
I think that's what James Gunn said.
But the third one's
end of the third one is after Infinity War.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, it'll be a whole different team.
It could be, yeah. And
because Stallone's team is. Also,
I had to read up on them. Yeah, I heard about that as well. I mean, you never know what Infinity War. We know it's going to kill someone off. We think it's Iron Man.
Better kill him in the first 10 minutes. That's my new thing.
Yeah,
I want him dead in 10 minutes.
Sure.
Iron Man 10 hashtag. Hashtag Iron Man 10.
We'll be able to tell from the trailer, I'm sure.
No, it doesn't work. Iron Man 10.
What do you think about this? When the Infinity War trailer drops, do you reckon it's going to be one of the most watched trailers of all time?
I think so.
Because if it's got Chris Pratt,
Spider-Man,
Iron Man, Tony Stark,
Captain America,
Thor. If it's just got even a glimpse of all of them in it,
just all of that. That's it. It's just it pans across their faces.
Yeah,
and then just cuts over, and you just see.
You know what it's going to do.
It should have all of them.
Yeah,
and then on the ground, Iron Man dead. In the trailer, just give it away. Just do it.
They'd never do it. But I think they show everyone, and then I think. They might go down this route. They'll show Ultron and everything like that, and then maybe at the end they'll just have like someone. It will be like I don't know, whoever it is, Doctor Strange or someone with the most worrying face ever. Yeah, just like, oh my god.
Yeah, Strange just has to be the one.
What is he looking at?
Oh, maybe they'll introduce Silver Surfer, because that was something. We're going off on a tangent here, but do you remember the post credits Stan Lee?
Hang on a second, yeah.
Do you know when he's talking to those 3 tall guys? I don't know if you know what they are.
I don't. I meant to look it up.
They're called the Watchers.
Yeah.
One of them's called Uatu.
Okay.
And his job is to watch Earth.
Right.
Or this dimension. I can't remember. I think it's Earth.
Right.
But that's all they do. They're pricks. They just sit around watching. They never interfere, but they're kind of really powerful.
Right.
But they just watch and they document the history of the universe.
Sure.
And they're in like all the big galactic events. So anytime something massive happens, they're watching, they're paying attention.
Sure.
Stan Lee is apparently like their messenger.
Okay.
Like every character he's been in all the movies, it's always him.
Right.
Because he's paying attention for them.
Okay.
And one of the lines in it, this is a tangent on a tangent. One of the lines he says is, one time I was a courier, or one time I was a postman.
Yeah.
Now, he says that in this movie, but this movie is set before Civil War. And he's a postman in Civil War.
Ah, okay.
So he's out of time.
Interesting.
So, like, for anybody who doesn't know, like, the Guardians 2 movie is only a few months after Guardians 1.
Right.
Because usually Marvel movies are, whenever they're released, is the year they're released. So it's 2 years, it's been 2 years. But this is only like a few months. That's why Baby Groot's still. Yeah. But the Watchers, apparently, they belong to the Fantastic Four universe. But the Fantastic Four belong to Fox.
Oh, okay.
So you see where I'm going with this? How do Marvel have the rights to put them in a movie unless they've gotten the Fantastic Four back? So if they got the Fantastic Four back, you can start Infinity War with Silver Surfer crashing into Doctor Strange's house, which is what happens in the comics.
Oh, okay.
And he's there warning them, being like, "Oh, you gotta watch out! Thanos is killing the shit out of people."
Right.
So maybe that'll happen.
Interesting.
Anyway, back to Guardians 2.
Yeah.
Pretty simple story.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So I didn't. Yeah, I had no idea it was going to feature his dad as much as that. And
I didn't know it was going to feature his
world and all that lot. Yeah.
No, I didn't know he was going to be such a galactic threat.
Yeah.
So like the story is he's got the little seed things
that
he's been planting around the universe as he goes off and makes babies with all these thousands of women.
Yeah.
And what he's waiting for is for one of his children to be strong enough to control the god power that he has. And then once they're together, then all these seeds will turn all the planets into him.
Yeah.
So that's something that might come up in like the next Marvel movie, like that whole destruction that happened.
Yeah.
In wherever it was, Missouri.
Yeah.
You know, like it killed a few people.
Yeah.
Through those cars and all that.
And loads of other planets as well.
And all the other planets.
Yeah.
But I think like maybe they could just have like Iron Man fly up and go, "What the fuck happened here?"
Exactly. They'll definitely. It's nice linkage to the films.
So that might be something.
Yeah.
But just that idea of like he's trying to make the whole universe like him. I was like, I didn't think it was going to be that big. I didn't think it was going to be another Guardians of the Galaxy. They have to save the whole galaxy again.
Yeah.
But it was a good story. I liked it. Like,
yeah, I mean, again, from the trailers, they did a good job of not showing too much off like that and not knowing.
No, like you didn't know what was going on.
The only time that we saw Kurt Russell was basically coming out of the ship, wasn't it? So in the trailer,
and I didn't even see that trailer. So
nice.
I knew he was the dad.
Yeah.
Just before, like 2 weeks before I went to see it.
Okay.
I think like Kurt Russell plays his dad.
Yeah.
Why'd you tell me that, dickhead?
Yeah.
The thing about it that I really liked about the story was just that underlying theme of he plays ego and he's selfish and he wants everything to be like him.
Yeah.
And the point is that Quill and the rest of the team defeat him by being a family. And working together.
Yeah.
And letting go of their egos.
So
I was just like, that's
kind of cool.
Like that's obviously James Gunn being able to do what he wants.
Yeah.
So he has all the time to put all those pieces in place rather than being like, oh, we need 5 minutes with Thanos. So like I liked as a standalone movie, it works really well.
Yeah.
I just think Marvel might have dropped the ball a little bit because it doesn't tease enough. But I guess Thor's going to do a lot of that.
Yeah, maybe they've got other lineups.
Got a lot of heavy lifting.
I think so as well. And like I was even talking to my wife about it, saying like in Thor, it'd be interesting to see like maybe in the arena where he's fighting Hulk. Be interesting to see if like Rocket's in the arena watching, or whether he's preparing for a fight and he hears, oh, the Guardians of the Galaxy are coming through, or something. You know, I can imagine something like that happen. I would have liked to have seen it in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like a mention to something. The only link to Earth was like the stuff blowing up or whatever. But yeah, it would have been nice to link them a little bit. But yeah, like maybe Thor's going to do the heavy lifting for that.
Like even that Earth thing, it's only for us. Yeah. Like for the Avengers thing, because it's not like Peter particularly gives a shit about Earth.
No, yeah.
You know, he hasn't been there for 20, 30 years. So we've given it enough kicks as it is. What did you like about the movie?
What did we like about it?
I like Drax. So. I think Drax had some really brilliant moments.
He was solid. Like, I mean, first of all, like his laugh, but he was solid.
Like, it was funny.
So, yeah.
Like Dave Bautista's just nailed that kind of deadpan, just telling it straight.
Definitely.
No irony, no sarcasm.
He was starting to get into that at the end of the first one. Like, he was doing those jokes
a lot more. They were
giving
him a bit more freedom.
Yeah, so you can tell that they were going to continue with that.
They're like, oh, he can do this. He's not just a stupid wrestler. It's like, oh, he's good at this.
Honestly, everyone had their own little light in this film, like in a really, really good way.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just Chris Pratt all the way. It was like, Drax did great.
Like, he kind of disappears like for maybe half an hour.
Yeah, and you've got like Rocket was great. Like,
which is kind of a little thing now I think about is it does kind of like gets to the planet.
Yeah.
And then everyone else has a story, and then we go back to Chris Pratt's thing. I think it was just kind of, it jumped right into the third act. It's like, oh, we have to finish the movie. Yeah. We're having too much fun.
It's difficult for them because in a way you got like Avengers and they've all got their separate movies. Yeah. Whereas Guardians of the Galaxy, they're all great characters, but they don't have the separate movies.
No.
So you kind of want to give them their time. Yeah. So that, you know, there's only so much you can tell the story. So, and then you've got Yondu as well, and you've got, I don't know her name, but the cyborg woman.
The evil one?
Yeah, their sister.
Karen Gillan's. Oh, I can't remember her name.
You've got all these people, and and they're such great characters, but it's almost like you're almost doing like a DC where you're trying to show off all of them. They can only have so much screen time.
What they need is Lex Luthor to make them logos.
Logos so they can identify themselves. Drax was great. I mean, honestly, everyone was great. I'm not just saying that. Like Groot, Baby Groot was awesome.
Oh, Baby Groot was just designed to be loved. Like, he's just so much cute fun.
What was his name? Thingamajig face.
Huh?
Taser face. And then like when they were like, "What do you want me to do with this thing? Should I crush him, smash him with a rock?" No, he's too adorable. It's just like he's too adorable.
He's our mascot.
Yeah. And then they were like, "Bring me from the drawer. Bring me my red."
His
like,
Finn,
Finn.
That was like a 5-minute scene.
5 minutes. He's like bringing desks over.
Yeah, and he brings over the towel.
Yeah,
it's like,
please tell me you got.
Tell me that was the way you found it.
Yeah,
and he just walks off again, bringing underpants and all that.
He brings his underpants.
And then he's like, "I am Groot."
Yeah,
I know you hate hats. I am Groot. Yeah, I know, I get it. You can't always wear it. It doesn't work with the install. It's just like... What?
And then eventually he opens the drawer, and then the friggin' thing's in there, and he's like... Pulls out a pack of mints. I'll have these.
Yeah. He's a great little character. And he is like a baby, because he, like... When Nebula's there, and she's like... Captures them and stuff, and he's crying, and like, he doesn't fight or anything. And then when he gets his chance to retaliate, he just swings the guy around. So I really loved, like, what they did with Groot, and then... Even that had its own arc right up until the very end where he gets passed off to Drax. Yeah. And then Drax has him on the shoulder like a baby.
Yeah.
Because like Drax wasn't...
He was like dumber, smaller Groot.
Dumber, smaller Groot. And then at the end, like, he's like holding him and making... Because they all treat him like a baby.
Yeah.
They're like, hey Groot, careful Groot. Like that kind of thing.
Totally.
So I love that. I love that Back to Drax again was his... Like you said, they had to give them enough time, like their whole movies, but they did so much with him with so little.
Yeah.
Like that perfectly scripted moment with him and Mantis, where he's talking about his wife and his daughter.
Yeah.
And in another movie, that wouldn't work. It could only work in a comic movie.
Yeah.
Because she could feel his feelings.
Yeah.
And he's just saying it, and it doesn't give you anything.
Yeah.
And then when she touches him, she immediately starts crying.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's brilliant.
And then...
Because he could never do that. Like, it's not that Dave Bautista couldn't get to that point.
Yeah.
But Drax, the character...
Yeah.
Him starting to cry would just ruin him.
No, totally.
But the fact that someone else touches him and she can't control it, You're like, the first film this is what he lives with all
the first film helps because he's just a bloody maniac. Like the only thing he wants to do is kill that dude because of his family, you know. But no, you're completely right. Like, let someone else with emotions just touch him, and she's just like totally shocked and blown away. Even the two sisters, like, I don't know, I'm not good at the names.
Nebula,
even them, even those two were like great with their relationship. Like,
that was kind of rushed though. That came out of nowhere. Like, they were literally throwing planes at each other and Gatling guns, and then there's like, want to be friends? Yeah, be friends.
I don't know. I kind of think they've just been doing it for so long that it's just like, there is a reason. Yes, I want you dead. I want you dead. But then suddenly it's like, actually, I thought I wanted you dead, but I don't. You know, it's just like it was just that clash of the, oh, I thought I wanted you dead, but no.
The other thing I liked about that is at the end she doesn't join the team.
No, I like that as well. And she's out for Ultron, you know, that's her main objective.
Thanos,
sorry.
Yeah. But I like that too. Like, it wasn't like everything's great. It's like, no, she's not gonna quite join the team. She'll help you. But she's not there yet.
The one little thing actually that annoyed me, I know we were on good things there, but was when Drax was hanging out the back of the plane or whatever. And then they came crashing onto the island. Not island, but the planet.
The planet,
I didn't like that he was hanging out the back being smashed around by trees and everything, and he was alright. I was kind of like,
he's about that. It's
like, he is and he isn't. I mean, like in the first one, he was getting battered around with the guy with the hammer and shit. Ronan, and he was like pretty fucking like done in. I knew he was done in. Okay, he's done in, but like being whacked around by trees and stuff. I just thought he just came off it. He was like, ha ha ha, you know, this thing. I just thought it would have been a little bit more if he was like.
He was wearing that spacesuit.
Hang on a second, you know. Yeah, possibly.
That gel kind of thing they had.
There's reasons for it. Actually, that was a great bit with die spaceship. So,
I was thinking that too. Like when he's getting hit by the trees, I'm like, how strong is this motherfucker?
That's what I was wondering. And then she was holding on to him. But at the end of the day, we're watching a Marvel superhero space film, so it's okay.
I guess they kind of have to up their levels because it's like, oh, these guys have to be Avengers thing. But even then, I don't know what the Avengers are going to do against Thanos. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, that's what I was telling my wife on the way back from the cinema. She was like, "Oh, this is a great film. What's next, Thor and stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, Thanos has got every single Infinity Stone in his glove." And
like, you're not going to beat Thanos with love and family. It doesn't work like that.
I'm like, he can use time. He can use every Infinity Stone that you've seen. He's got in his glove, and he can use it all. So I was like, you know that thing that Doctor Strange did, which is awesome. Like, he can do that anytime he wants.
The whole planet,
he can do that. I was like, he can take a human form, and I think he probably will. Like, we've discussed it, that he'll probably be like, he'll almost want to take a human form just to kind of lower himself to that level and see how he does. But as soon as he gets pissed off, he'll take that God level, which we've seen twice now. We've seen it in Doctor Strange.
The gauntlet makes him more powerful than that.
Right.
That's how powerful he is.
Like,
he's the God. He's not a God. He's the God.
Right, yeah.
So he could, like, see ego and just go, God. Done. Disappear. So, I don't know what... They're going to have to lower him down.
Yeah, I guess so.
Which is kind of shitty.
I don't know. They'll do it, but then they'll kill off Iron Man. And
kill off Iron Man.
Someone else. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure one of the sisters will die as well. If not both.
Maybe Nebula.
So, well, I think Nebula for sure, but then there'll be someone else. He'll kill off a few people.
He'll have to kill a few people from a couple of the teams. Yeah.
So there'll be, definitely one of the sisters because they're so connected
Winter Soldier.
To him. So
he'll die.
Oh yeah. All these you know, and then one of the big ones.
Yeah,
Iron Man.
It's gotta kill Iron Man.
I'm pretty sure it will be him. Do you reckon it will be? We already discussed.
We've discussed this before, but it's getting to the point where it's getting really tight. We got.
It's great. It's great that we're talking
Thor
about
in November, Black Panther next March.
That's right. Yeah.
And then Infinity War.
Technically, Spider-Man in between that.
Technically, yeah. I think Spider-Man's got a little bit of leeway. It doesn't have to fit in.
It's not going to add to that story.
No.
It's just going to be Tony Stark in that, but it's not going to add to.
Because that came in right at the end of the play.
I'm sure they might allude to or have.
It was never part of the plan.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, man. I mean, you said you preferred number one?
I don't know if I prefer number one, except that number one was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I prefer this one, I think. I actually think I do prefer this one.
If you say...
That's why I want to watch it again and just be like, okay, I've seen it. I can just absorb it.
Yeah.
Was I just in a good mood?
Yeah, yeah.
But I genuinely think this is a better movie than the first one. For some things.
Yeah, yeah.
Not the whole thing,
I agree.
don't think.
I think
but like, it was funnier. The action was better.
Yeah.
It was more colourful. And just that last, like... 10 minutes with Yondu's funeral.
Yeah.
It just got me. It's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Maybe because I was back home and it's like family and all that. I'm like,
I know what you mean.
Oh, I get you what you're feeling. And then all the fireworks go off. I'm like, oh.
Did you see in the fireworks? Did you see the arrow?
Yeah. When he turns into the dusty arrow.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, this is just.
I agree. I think there's number one. I think there's a great story, like a Marvel story. It was original. It came out. We weren't expecting it. Awesome. And I still love the film. This one, I think like if we were to sit down with our, Steve and a couple of our mates and we're like, do you want to watch this film?
Yeah.
Even if they don't like Marvel films, I'm like, you're going to laugh
this
at this film, So yeah, I think I'd rather watch number 2 than number 1. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
We'll watch number 1. We'll do a commentary on it.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably say they're around equal, but yeah, just really great.
Yeah.
No, not that many negatives.
If anybody hasn't figured it out by the end of this, it's really great.
Yeah.
Go and see it if you haven't seen it already.
Yeah.
If you like fun movies, it's great. If you like dark, depressing, crying movies, it'll make you cry.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one of the most upbeat films for a while.
And it really does keep on going. There isn't too many like kind of quiet low points, and like sometimes you need those in films because you need to tell a story, but this one it was just like it flowed really nicely. There was a couple of like storytelling quiet moments on the planet, Peter's planet, but it was fine.
Here's like, a quick thing for you. Kurt Russell, when they made him young,
how
good did he look?
I know they must have used the same tech.
I was just like looking at the script, I'm like that. I'm trying to find the problem. I was like, I can't see it. It's nearly
got that
perfect.
Tech, they used it in X-Men for Picard.
And then they got Robert Downey Jr. in
that's right,
Civil War.
Just tracks the face, makes it.
They're it's so good. I'm just like, how
these days is nuts.
Like I think maybe what's the next one? Thor. Thor probably won't have it, but Black Panther might have it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's gonna be perfect.
I know.
You're just gonna be like, oh, they got that actor's not that old anymore. How is he like this?
Yeah. It's amazing. What a world we live in.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, just excellent, man. Like, really did enjoy it. I'd easily go see it again. I'm just looking forward to coming out on DVD and watching it.
Yeah, watching it at home, chilling. Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah. It ticked all the boxes. I'd say the only downside to it for me, and we've already mentioned it, was that it just didn't continue the Marvel universe. Like, it didn't...
Yeah.
Thor will probably do that. It didn't link the films, quite as much as I thought, but... I'm sure they've got a plan.
I think Gunn earned the right to just be like, look, I made you this much money.
Yeah.
Just let me do my movie.
Yeah.
And they're like, whatever. Because they never expected to do Guardians 2. I wouldn't think that was on the slate.
They're
like, we'll do Guardians 1 and see what happens. And it's like, oh, wow.
And they've already confirmed number 3.
Yeah.
For after Infinity War.
So it should be great.
Yep. Go out and see it, guys. We sent Chris Pratt our... second cinema ticket, double time, whatever. We wanted to let him know. We were like, we want to see this thing twice, man. Boom.
So I don't think there's any point talking about what else we've watched this week because we've been rambling on, catching up for the last 2 weeks.
But
we'll be back. Next week we'll be back
for sure.
And we got a new video coming out for Digging Deeper series, and then there's another video after that, and another video after that. So it's gonna be nice and busy. And then we're gonna do Injustice.
We're going to go see Alien. Did you see Alien?
I haven't seen it, no.
We're going to see Alien.
We'll go see Aliens.
We've got that much talked about.
So we'll talk about that next week.
VR Alien coming out as well.
VR Alien next week.
Yeah.
Not next week, but Alien Covenant next week, and then VR Alien soon after.
Yeah.
And Injustice the week after that.
Yes.
Because we want to do a proper run through.
Yeah.
Film it and have a good laugh and a good night playing.
Yeah. And let us know your feedback as well, because on some of them, like the Injustice, we might not have our faces on them, you just have our voice, but then with the Alien you will actually physically see us.
Yeah, you will see us.
Let us know what you want to see, and
which ones you enjoy, which ones you don't.
So, yeah.
It's time for my weekly, even though we don't do it weekly, it's time for the weekly Omaze update competition.
Oh yeah.
Tying into the Marvel. Don't know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't.
Omaze's competition is you can have an all-access day with Robert Downey Jr. on the set of the Avengers movie. Oh yeah, I've seen your face change. You're like, I like that now. So I think you get to go have lunch with him. Yeah. And then you get to go hang out on set on the Infinity War movie.
Nice.
The thing about this competition that's a bit different than the other Omaze competitions, it's like $10, same thing.
Right.
All the money's going to charity. But in this case, part of the prize is you get to pick where the money goes.
Oh, okay.
Because the money's going to go to Robert Downey Jr.'s foundation.
Right.
And he gives money to like 5 or 6 charities a year.
Yeah, yeah.
And you get to say where you would like the money to go.
Okay.
So they're going to pick like 4 charities. And they say, where would you like us to also give money to?
Huh.
So Robert Downey Jr. is going to like not only give the money to that charity, but it's going to become a sponsor for that.
Yeah.
So he's going to have his face and lend his name to it.
That's great.
So if there's something out there you really care about,
exactly,
you get to give money.
Oh, I have to put into this one.
So it's not like the other things they give money to or things you don't care about, like kids or clearing mines. But this one's like if you actually have something you want to give a bit of attention to, you're going to get Robert Downey Jr. on your back.
Fantastic. They do a really good job on this.
Oh yeah. So. And then there's also t-shirts for like $100 that are special. $500 will get you a different thing. You can get a signed Funko, the little Iron Man thing.
Oh, cool.
I think it's like for $1,000 he'll sign one of them for you.
Nice.
Spider-Man posters, stuff from the movie. Stuff from the movie. Yeah, stills from the movie that will be signed.
Right.
All that. So like if you've got 10, 20, 30,000, well not dollar, $3,000, $2,000 you want to spend it, but $10 get to go fly to wherever the hell they're shooting it and go see Avengers.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
So that's pretty great. Yeah, so omaze.com/experiences/
Do you find out who won on the other ones, like the Star Wars one last month or whatever it was?
Yeah, if you go to the site, they'll say
see who
the winners
won,
are. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
They might say anonymous. They might not want to give their name, but generally they do have to give their name because they're going to be waving and on the red carpet and all that. So yeah, you go check that out at omaze.com if you want to help if you want to see Robert Downey Jr. If you want to help charities, whichever one you want to do. There's 3 weeks left on that one.
Oh, nice.
So
very nice indeed.
Yeah, that'll be pretty awesome. Oh, and it's for 2 people, by the way.
Yeah, I think it usually is, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's for 2 people. So it's you and your friend. You get to go and see Robert Downey Jr.
Who wouldn't want to do that?
Exactly. So, and for anybody who doesn't want to see Robert Downey Jr. and wants to listen to us, you can just
tune out now.
Well, you can check us out at Anchapurcher. We've just lost it now. At rantandbollocks@gmail.com or at rantandbollocks Twitter. Send us some comments, send us some chat. We know we've been quiet, but we're back now every week to ruin your lives with useless information. But thanks for checking us out, guys.
Yeah,
it's always great when you guys are here and listening and following us and all that stuff. It's great.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's what keeps us going. That and the drugs.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Boom.